Okay, so hi everyone. I think I'm audible and visible to all of you, right? So if you confirm me yes or no. Okay, so good morning everyone. Happy Sunday. So we'll start with the class in some time, maybe like in 2-3 minutes more. We'll wait and then we are going to start with the class. Okay, so shall we start, guys? Good morning everyone. Good morning. Yeah, shall we start? So let me set an agenda for today. So today we are going to see two flows, or you can say a workflow inside n8n, and then we are going to see some sort of a setup with respect to AutoGen. So AutoGen setup will take not more than 2-3 minutes of time because it's just a pip command by which you will be able to configure AutoGen. If you are looking for a UI mode, if you are not looking for a UI mode, if you are looking for a complete code mode, so in that case it's a normal library installation. Even in case of a UI mode, it's a simple library installation and then hitting a local URL. This is how like a AutoGen is. And then if I'm looking for something in a library mode, so the way we have written an agents and the tool and memories and everything, so in the similar way we can go. We'll talk about this in a later stage, not now. But yeah, so first of all, I would like to show you two n8n. So even in my previous class, we were talking about n8n. I have already shared all the assets, whatever Dhruv has discussed with all of us. And even before, so we were talking about a n8n. And in future, most probably this month or maybe not this month, then next month. So we are planning to bring a very extensive automation kind of like a course, or you can say a module where we are going to do a lot of just automation. I would say that will be like just for an automation, so where we are going to do automation for a CEOs, founders, HR person, marketing person, so that we can and that too on a like a production level, basically like anyone and everyone can use that automation flow, configure the credentials with any of their system, and then it's done. Like their task and everything will be automated automatically, and they will keep on like just looking at some of the messaging app, and then just by using some of the messaging app they will be able to do their daily task. So we are listing down those things. I was like working on that part as well, but yeah, that's a separate discussion, so I will not get into that now. uh, why I can't remove NG from WhatsApp group? I think we are living in democracy, so it's fine. Everyone is having an opinion. I don't have much of issues with anyone personally, so it's okay. I'm a mentor, right? So I should not have this kind of opinion. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Those who have joined a bit late, right? So I was like, let me repeat myself. So I was basically talking about agenda for today. So today we are going to see some of the automations with respect to n8n, and that's nothing but an extension of the previous class, because even in previous class and previous to previous class we were talking about n8n, and hope all of you are liking this discussion, especially this n8n kind of a discussion, because I'm assuming that all of you are able to see something real, that okay, yeah, in real world, in real life, yes, there are a lot of tasks that we do on a repetitive manner, and that can be automated easily, right? That can be automated easily with the help of n8n, and that too in a stable mode. So I'm assuming that you are liking this n8n things more than langchain, langgraph, or those like llama indexes and other libraries, right? Because you don't have to even write a code over here, drag and drop, configure, and yes, there is a code block. But yeah, as we all understand the meaning of agents, meaning of memory, meaning of tools, so we all are able to configure it. And believe me, it's a beautiful tool. It's a beautiful tool. There was another tool I was like trying to explore. I think I have already created a video for that. So there is something called as gum loop, right? There is a tool called as gum loop, and even I have shown you that even crew AI is coming up with the crew AI cloud. So where you just have to type something as a prompt, and then it will try to create a flow, and then you can just try to go and configure the flow. So even crew AI is coming up with that. I'll show you autogen installation, autogen configuration. So autogen works in two mode. One is a pure code based mode, so where you have to write a code just like a langchain, langgraph, and another mode is a UI mode basically. So most probably we'll go through the UI mode, but you will be able to find out that yeah, everyone is trying to come up with such kind of a solution, because at the end of the day, if I'm talking about automation, majorly automation like happens even in a non-tech site, right? For example, sales, marketing, HR job, or any kind of a CEO related, or CEO office, founders office, CXO's office related job. So over there we do a repetitive task, we check our reports, or we try to like schedule a to do's, or maybe your CTOs are going to update some of the new feature that you have to build, you have to break it down, a lot of things, a lot of this repetitive task happens. Scrum happens, right? Minutes of meetings we have to take. So all this repetitive task, and this repetitive task can we can easily handle, or I can say can be handled almost like a 90% plus, right? Almost 90% plus. So that is something that I will be talking about in a next batch, the automation batch which I'm planning. So I'm still in discussion with my team and other people, that and we have created some like a rough syllabus, but yeah, that is the agenda for a future. So we'll try to bring those things in future. In future means maybe next, not like this month, we'll make a announcement, just announcement, so that back to back we can automate it. But yeah, as I was saying, there are many people, there are many platforms who are trying to bring a exact same thing like n8n kind of a things, because somewhere in terms of automation, this is how the future looks like, right? A low code platform, or you can say a no code. It won't be no code, but yeah, it will be low code. But even to configure and even to do this kind of a automation, you have to have a technical capabilities. It's not like some non-tech people can come and then they will be able to do a automation easily, because every time we are talking about APIs, keys, secrets, we are talking about authentication, authorization, right? Every time you will see in this kind of automation. And obviously if you are going to ask some marketing guy that what is the API, and then how you are going to configure secrets, v2s, or something like that, v2 auth or something, they will not be able to do that, right? They will not be able to do that, or they will take time. I'm not saying that they will not be able to do that, they will be, but not on a first day. They will take some time, maybe they will take their own sweet time of learning. And this is where again a big opportunity comes into a picture for all of us, right? For all of us, big opportunity comes into a picture, that show some good automation, right, to our people, to our socials, and then yeah, get some opportunity, grab something out of it, right? And there can be millions of such automation. A customized automation, I would say, is possible, because everyone is having a different task flow. Now, one of such automation I'm going to discuss in my today's class, not one, two actually, I'll be talking about, and then I'll move to the next chapter, which is basically in sorry, autogen. So I believe my screen is visible to all of you guys. Will Dhruv be mentor there in automation batch? So what do you want? You want Dhruv as a mentor in that batch? Yeah, you can give an opinion. Like I said, so we are in a democracy, so I don't have like. Okay, no, no, means I will be there. Apart from me, like. Okay, we'll decide later. So we'll decide later. Yeah. First, let's try to like do some sort of automation in today's class. Yeah. So what we are going to do today in terms of automation, basically, there is a website, or you can say you will be able to find out a platform, a lot of platforms out there. So what they do, so basically they help a travel industry, right? They help a travel industry, and what they do, so basically they try to provide you a flight detail, they try to provide you basically a hotels detail, right? And they try to provide you all the tools and travels destination worldwide, right? Worldwide. So for example, if I'll talk about a map, so there are very few companies you will be able to find out in the entire world who actually works on a map API. So who is having their own map API, right? And there are very few companies. You can just name it on a hand itself, right? So like in a single digit, you will be able to find out such kind of a companies. And the entire world, because everyone is trying to build any kind of application. So obviously somewhere they have to consume their map API, right? Maybe Ola, maybe Uber, so they may consume a Google map or maybe some other map APIs. And again, so people who are like, in a automobile industry, and they are developing something with respect to a location, with respect to geography, you have to do that. If you are into a real estate industry, again you will end up consuming map API. If you are into some service industry, again, or maybe some like transportation industry, again you will end up consuming map and all those APIs. So almost all the world, the entire world, right? Entire world uses to consume those map API. Similarly, so if I'll talk about basically this travel situation, right? So where you have to go and book a flight, so you have to check the hotels, and then you have to basically check all the tourist destination across a globe, right? Across a globe, including India and outside. So there are very few people, right? Or you can say there are very few like a API provider, right? Those who try to maintain the entire database, and they are going to provide you all the details, that too in a real time. So Amadeus is one of such platform you all will be able to find out. And apart from Amadeus, there are like one or two you will be able to find out, right? Kiwi, something like that you will be able to find out. So where they try to maintain this flight detail, they try to maintain this hotel detail, they try to maintain basically this entire travel destinations, everything in a single places, where as an enterprise you can try to consume their APIs, and then you can try to build any kind of a application on top of it. And again, it's a need of an industry, right? It's a need of an industry, because it's a need of a like a, you can say, 8 billion people, because everyone would like to book some sort of a flight at some point of a time. Everyone book will try to book some sort of a, tours and travels, and maybe a hotels, right? Every time. So it's actually a need of everyone, right? Actually a need of everyone. So what we are going to do, so we are going to build a bot today, where, so we are going to give maybe our like a source and destination, so from where to where we are traveling, by the way. And maybe we can try to give a date there, that okay, so I'm traveling from this place to this place, and this is the date. Now do one thing, so try to search a flight for me, right? So whatever flights are available, give me a flights. And then maybe I can even write a logic on top of this, that okay, so maybe a trigger kind of a things I can try to write over there, that okay, so if price is more than this, right? Price is more than this, or price is less than this, or price is in between this. So only give me those flight detail. Don't give me other flight details, basically, right? The whole purpose will be to see the automations, automation and integration with some outside system, right? A system which is not available directly inside a n8n system, which is available outside, so that maybe I can just like ping my bot that okay, fine, so I'm looking for a flight from this place to this place at this time. Now my bot will up and running continuously, and then like whenever those flight details will be available as per my need or as per my condition which I'm going to configure, it will send me the detail, so that I don't have to go and sit on like a website, or maybe I have to go and open up an app again and again and again and again, and I don't have to do anything. My like a bot will keep on watching these things for me. So this is the kind of automation that we are going to see in today's class. Automation number one. Automation number two. So we receive a lot of mails, right? And inside our mails, so let's suppose if I have subscribed to so many services, so obviously they will keep on sending a invoice. For example, I have subscribed to maybe AWS service, right? So obviously they will send me invoice at like every first or second, right? Maybe I have subscribed for a MongoDB, so again they will send me the invoice. I have subscribed for Eraser.io, so they will send me the invoice. I have subscribed for like a Chat GPT, so they will send me the invoice. So basically, we are going to automate our invoice. So there will be a bot which will keep on watching or keep on checking on a regular basis by mail ID, whatever mail I am going to configure. I can configure multiple mails as well, right? So it will keep on watching my mails, and then what will happen? So whenever there will be an invoice, because I can receive any kind of a mails. So whenever there will be an invoice, what system will do? So system will try to take those mails and then send it to me, as giving me a notification that yeah, you have an invoice at this particular place. Maybe I can try to create a separate Excel sheet somewhere, and then I can try to store all of those invoices there. I will be able to manage and maintain instead of missing out some of the invoices. Instead of missing out some of the bills or maybe payments, because some of the invoices will be pre-billed. Some of the invoices I just have to go and I have to make the payment. For example, AWS, right? They will send you invoice, but it won't be pre-billed, right? You have to go and you have to make the payments. Maybe some other services, so it will be pre-billed itself, means auto deduction mode, basically, right? So they will auto deduct. So in this case, I will be able to keep and watch on my invoices, and yeah, so I don't have to even look into my mail, or I don't have even have to like have a fear of missing out any kind of a invoices. So this is the two flow, a separate both flows are basically a separate flow. So this is the first and second flow we are going to create one by one, one by one. So shall we start, guys, these two things by using n8n? Yeah. Okay. So let's do it then. Basically, so first of all, you have to go to Amadeus, not Amadeus. You have to go to a developer.amadeus.com and just create an account over there. So it's free, by the way, for testing purposes, right? But yeah, so if you are deploying this in a production, then you have to pay for the API. But as of now, for testing purpose, you don't have to make any kind of a payment. You don't have to even add a card, and just like go there. Yeah, just go there, developer.amadeus.com, and then try to do a registration. Once you will be able to do a registration, then you have to log in after verification, and once you will be able to log in, then bingo, we are like good to go ahead with a flight search, hotel search, or maybe a airport search, or maybe a airline search, flight booking, everything you can do it actually, right? So if I'll have to show you the services that they used to provide, so they provide everything. So flight offer search, flight offer price, flight create order, order management, seat map display. So basically you have like everything. You can try to build your own make my trip kind of a things, by the way. Yeah, by attaching some different business model. This is what everyone doing, right? They don't maintain. For example, if I think we all know make my trip and easy my trip and all those platforms, right? We all have used it. We all have used this kind of a platform at some point of a time in our life. Yes, everyone. Yeah. So if you are launching such kind of a businesses at some point of a time, so obviously you will end up consuming some sort of a APIs from them, and yeah, so your user are going to interact technically in a backend with those APIs to book a flight ticket, to cancel it, and then what is the make my trip business model? They just charge a commission. That's it on every booking that you do with respect to a hotel or with respect to something. So yeah, with some of the hotel they have a direct connection, but let's suppose you are trying to book some of the hotel in Paris or maybe in Switzerland from India, right? And let's suppose they don't have like a direct tie up. So in that case also they will try to list all those hotels in their website. They don't want to miss out the customers, right? So they will try to list down the hotels in their website, but what they will do, they will just charge the fraction of commissions, and you can just like go through them and you will be able to book it. So basically, to create such kind of a platform, so obviously you will end up consuming an API from some other platforms. For example, Amadeus and Kiwi, all of these platforms basically. So you will be able to build out your own business model across it, and then you will be able to launch it, right? And then you can start advertising it. So everything means literally everything about airport, about airlines, everything you will be able to car and even transfer, and then about hotels, hotel search, booking, rating. So everything destination experience, so city search, tour and activities, trip purpose prediction. So all of these services they have already built it, and their USP, their bread and butter is selling an API. Amadeus, if I'll talk about Amadeus, so their bread and butter is to sell a API to a enterprise, right? And then there are many such platform like Make My Trip, and in every country, you will be able to find out such like a platform. So many platform. For example, in India, Make My Trip, Easy My Trip is very famous, right? Pretty much famous. I would say. Likewise, so you will be able to find out like with the different business model, they like just try to play with the pricing models and then offer to the user, and then they have launched their own businesses. So even you can start your own businesses. So you don't have to go and do a tie-up with everyone. You can just charge a fraction of commission, and then bingo, launch your travel agency, launch your hotel booking agency, or like maybe a city tour and destination kind of agency by consuming their API, and build anything that you want on top of this. So it's like providing you a LLM kind of a things. Yeah. So just go to this Amadeus. I have already pinged you the link, developer.com, developer.amadeus.com, and then you can try to let me ping it to everyone. Yeah. So again, I have pinged you inside your chat. So basically, just we need an API, right? We need an API for this. So to get an API, so first of all, you have to log into the account, and once you will be able to log in, so you will be able to see my account option over there. So just follow along with my mouse cursor. So you will be able to find out a my account option in a name section. For example, Sudhanshu Kumar, inside that it is showing me my account option. So you have to go there. What happened? I think it logged out. Okay, so sign in once again. Okay, let me log in once again. Yeah, so once I'm going to log in, so inside this Sudhanshu Kumar, I will be able to see my account. Once I will go into my account, so it is going to give me an option to create an app, or you can say my self-service, this one, second option. And here, so I'm able to see test app. You will not be able to see a test app, by the way, if you're creating it for the very first time. So you have to create one self-service app. So you have to come into this my self-service workspace, and then inside that, so you can try to create a new app. So which is going to give you technically a authorization or secret basically, right? If you are not going with the enterprise plan. So this is something that you have to do in a very first place. Now, once this is done, let's start creating a flow. So to create a flow, we have to go into n8n. So let's go into n8n. Yeah. So sign in. Now, after doing a sign in, so we can start the application building. So here we can try to click on create a workflow. Yeah, create a workflow. And this is my blank window. Now, one more thing, guys. So I think couple of days back, I think 2 or 3 days back, so I have released one video somewhere. Yeah, so automate your n8n. So on n8n with a zero cost. This is the video which I have released. Anyone who have watched this video and anyone who has done that? I think in a group, couple of people was telling me that they have already done this. Yeah. Anyone who have installed n8n in their local system by like after watching this video? Yeah. Yeah. So Mohammed is saying yes. Asid is saying yes. Yeah. So I think Asid has also created a video for that. Maybe I have seen that video as well. So fine. So here, see, n8n is by default giving you 14 days of trial. So instead of going ahead with the payment, right? Let's suppose if you are building an automation and if you would like to keep everything in your local system, not an issue at all. So you can try to go through this automation part. Yeah, sorry, automation. So local installation part, you can just go ahead with that. And here, so steps are very simple. I have simplified the steps over here. You just need one single Docker file. This one, this Docker compose.yaml file, and you have to just install a Docker in your Mac, Windows, or Linux machine, whatever machine that you are using, and run only one command. Yeah, all these commands are not required. This is just like for a check purposes. Fine. So create a directory, and then run only this command. So within 30 seconds or max to max in 1 minute, you can spin this n8n inside your machine. Simple. You can configure this service of n8n in a very easy manner. You don't have to do anything. Simple. Docker file is available. Keep it inside some of the directory. Install Docker if Docker is not available, right? And run this command. If Docker is available, then directly Docker compose upd. Simple. And then access it on this URL, localhost 5678, right? So this is how easy it is. And here, so I have not done the configuration of external databases. So by default, if you look into my Docker file, so it is using a SQLite. SQLite means in memory database. By default, it is going to use for me, as simple as that. Yeah. So in memory database, you can try to configure even a Postgres or maybe some other database. That's completely okay. But I think to work in your like a local system, it's completely fine. You don't have to like focus much on that side. So maybe, and again, so without any cost, you will be able to run this entire things. Very simple. Yeah, very simple. So because after 14 days you are going to face this problem. Yeah, after 14 days you are going to face this problem. So just to avoid this problem, I have created this video. I'll come up with a couple of more videos, so where you can try, because now I have a Docker, right? So if a Docker is running in my local system, I can run it on any cloud platform. Any means literally any. Just name any cloud platform in this entire world, small or big. If something as a Docker is running in my system, again it will take maybe 2 minutes of time or 3 minutes of time max to max, including sign up and login on those cloud platform, to configure this Docker or configure this n8n on those platforms. So this is how easy things are. That's the reason. So I have like taken this Docker approach, by the way. So again, those who would like to explore more and more this n8n, so obviously you need like more than 14 days, right? Just go ahead with this. It's just one single minute of installation, which I have explained in 12 minutes, by the way. Okay, I'm leaving up to you. Okay, so now I have this blank n8n screen, right? What we have to do first, so we have to create a trigger, right? So message should come. So for example, like I said uh, here, so if I have to talk about a flow, let me open up my eraser. Okay. So here what we are going to do in a very first place. So basically we have to create a trigger, right? Trigger means so from where like a message will be triggered, by the way. So here as a trigger, what we are going to use. So as a trigger, we are going to use basically a Telegram. So someone user is going to send a message. So you can try to use any other messaging system. That's completely fine. So trigger wise, we are technically going to use a Telegram over here. Telegram, easy to configure, easy to configure and plug it with any other system. So that's the reason. So we are going to use basically a Telegram for now. Okay. So once Telegram will be done, so trigger wise, Telegram is something that we are going to use. Now, once user is going to send a message. So trigger means user will try to send a message. So what kind of a messages user can try to send? So user can try to send maybe a normal message, hi, or maybe hello kind of a message, which is not related to a booking, right? So hi hello kind of a message user will be able to send, or user may try to send something different. So maybe user can send that I'm looking for a flight from Bangalore to Delhi on maybe uh, 2025 10th month on 25th date, right? So user can send this kind of a message, or maybe user can send this kind of a message, or maybe user can send message that I'm looking for a flight from Bangalore to Delhi on this particular date for 2 person, for 3 person. So just in a natural language user are going to send a message basically. So once user can send a message, so we have to first of all parse these messages, right? We have to understand these messages. So if user is saying hi hello kind of a things, and what you can do for me kind of a thing, so obviously my bot should not start searching for the flight. So my bot should ask for like something relevant, like give me some sort of information. So what you are looking for, what kind of a flight booking, because I'm a flight booking bot, some sort of a a return my system is supposed to give. Okay. So like I said, two kind of a messages I may receive. So this is hi hello kind of a messages, or maybe I'm going to receive this kind of a message. So in both the cases I have to act, right? I have to act and I have to give a response to my user. So okay, this kind of a message I'm going to receive, or maybe I'm going to receive this kind of a message inside a trigger, or trigger is technically a telegram. So inside a telegram, this kind of a messages. Now, if I'm receiving, right, if I'm receiving a hi, hello kind of a message, so in that situation, what I'm supposed to do? So in case of hi, hello kind of a messages, I should ask a question to a user, right? Ask user uh, for more info, right? Ask user for more info. So this is what I'm supposed to do in case of, hi hello kind of a message, that what kind of a, detail that you are looking for. I'm a flight booking agent, so how I can help you, how I can support you. In case of this kind of a information, so where user is asking that I'm looking for a flight detail, and give me all of these like a flight detail, right? So in that situation, what we are supposed to do? So we are supposed to basically, yeah. So we are supposed to go to a Amadeus in this situation. Amadeus, Amadeus flight search system. We have to go and we have to basically search for the flight. So if user is asking this kind of a information, so I have to go to a media's flight search. I have to bring those data, basically flight data as per the user request, as many data as possible. If user has given some sort of a condition, so I have to apply those conditions as well. If user is looking for a data in some sort of a specific format, so I have to apply all of these policing over there. And then finally I have to return, right? Finally I have to return. So return where? So again I have to return this inside a telegram. Yeah. So return all of this information inside the telegram. So basically message will start from telegram and message will end at telegram. This is what I'm trying to say. And if we can try to configure as a bot in case of telegram, so we can try to create even a WhatsApp bot, right? We can try to create even our own custom messaging system or a custom bot, just like maybe a Yuri. So where you can like, back and forth, there is an interface and the user can come and you can chat with it. So this is a kind of a flow that we have to create. And this is where your agents will come into a picture. This is where your custom code will come into a picture. This is where your if and else kind of a condition will come into a picture. But yeah, technically this is going to be the flow that we are going to build now. Okay, let's start building it one by one. So first of all, what we need, so we need a telegram, by the way. Yeah, so I have a telegram. Yeah, I have a telegram over here. So first of all, we need a telegram. Now to access anything into a telegram, right? To access basically anything in the telegram. So what you have to do? So you have to technically, first of all, search for something called as bot. Yeah. So something called as bot father. So just go there and search for bot father, bot father. You will be able to find out a multiple like a pop-up with respect to a bot father. You don't have to like click anywhere inside this one. So basically what you have to do, so you have to click on the bot father with the blue tick. Yeah, with the blue tick basically. So this is the actual bot father. There are many people who have created with the same name. You don't have to fall for that one. So here bot father, just click there, and then once you will be inside a bot father chat terminal, right? Once you will be here inside a bot father chat terminal, so you can just type over here slash new bot. So they are giving you a lot of like a different option to control things. So you can try to type on slash new new bot. So it will try to initiate creating your bot basically. So first slash new bot. So automatically it will try to. So basically you are chatting with the bot father, right? Chatting with the bot father. So here it is popping up that all right, a new bot, how we are going to call it, please choose the name for your bot. Okay. So I'm going to give a name Euron flight search. Fine. So this is the name. Good. Now let's choose the username for your bot. It must end with the bot. Like for example, it should like end with the bot all the time, right? Underscore bot or maybe just a bot. So it should end with the bot. So Euron, I can say flight bot. Yeah. So this is the name which I have given Euron flight bot. Fine. So as you can see, if the name is unique, if name is not unique, it will not create it, right? Because it should be universally like a unique name so that anyone can search and anyone can talk to my bot, by the way. So here it is going to give you a token access by which you will be able to interact with the Telegram. So this is the token it has generated, and this is the URL, Euron Fight Bot. Now, if I'm going to share this URL with any one of you, you all will be able to access my bot, right? And my bot in terms of chat. And if I'm going to access this token with all of you, so in that case, you all will be able to access my Telegram as well. Simple, right? So this is the only token which is required to interact with the Telegram. Nothing much is required. Yeah. So now with this, with the help of this token, I will be connected with the Telegram, and I can do whatever I want, by the way. Yeah. I can do whatever I want with respect to a Telegram. So simple, copy this one. Yeah. Copy this, and maybe I'm going to keep it somewhere inside some of my file. So this is my API token for Telegram. This is basically for OpenAI. I have kept it here. Okay, and this is the URL. So I can just go to this URL. I can click on start, right? So you're on flight search. Now, if I'm going to share this things with you, so I can click here. I can try to, click on manage bot, and then again I can try to copy this link. Yeah, copy this link. And if I'm going to share this link with all of you, you all will be able to talk to my bot. And again, your session will be yours. So basically, bot is going to interact with you as per your basically information. So every session for my bot, for all of you is going to be different. So I will be sharing. I will be sharing this with all of you so that you can chat with my bot and you can try to test my bot as well. All of you will be able to test it, and all of you will be able to do a flight search, by the way. Okay. Now cancel. So this is a bot which is required, or this is, you can say, a messaging interface which is required. So anyone can come to this messaging interface, and then anyone can search for the flight, as simple as that. So here, once we are like searching for this like a flight, and we are trying to interact with the n8n. So first of all, what we have to do, so in case inside n8n, so we have to configure a Telegram node. So okay, let's go ahead, configure a Telegram node. Now here, so they are going to give you multiple options. So like you would like to configure a Telegram, but what should be the like a first node? So basically, I will be selecting a trigger because it is going to trigger first of all, right? It is going to invoke my Telegram, or it is user is going to send the very first message, and then from a user side, it should get initiated. Yeah, from a user side, it should get initiated. So here what I will do, so trigger, and then I will be selecting on message. So whenever user is going to message, then trigger the flow. This is what I'm going to select, right? That will be my starting point, by the way. So I can try to click on message. So Telegram on message. Fine. Now here, so it will be asking for basically a Telegram account. Yeah. So I have already added a couple of account, but this is the new bot I have created. So I'm going to add the credential for new bot. So create a new credential. Yeah, you won't be getting these three options. I have already experimented with like multiple accounts, so it is showing you this. But yeah, I'll try to click on create new credential. So click on new credential, and then this is the only token that you have to paste, access token. So access token, it's already available. I have copy and pasted. So I will be using this access token over here. Fine, save it. Okay, so access token has been saved, and my Telegram node is available. Telegram trigger node is available. I can try to test it, by the way. Yeah, I can try to test it. So I'll go to my Telegram. Yeah, I'll try to say hi. My name is Sudhanshu. Yeah. So my name is Sudhanshu. So basically, I have triggered this one via my bot. And if I'll come over here and if I'll try to execute this step, so here is my message. So if I'm able to see my message over here, hi, my name is Sudhanshu, it simply means that I'm able to communicate between my Telegram, which is a separate application, and n8n basically, right? So I'm able to communicate between these like two applications back and forth, back and forth. So fine guys, is it making sense? Are we able to create this node? Yes. Yeah. Very simple, right? Even Dhruv has like shown you this step. I think last time Dhruv was also using a Telegram, but going forward, I'll be showing you a lot of like a separate integration. Like I said, so I'm planning to launch another automation course itself because I have to teach a lot of things, a lot of complex automations for CEOs, marketing, HR, and all those people. A real one, which can't be covered in this batch because we have so many topics to cover in this itself in terms of generative AI. Okay, so Telegram triggers we are able to create, and we are able to receive the message, right? Whatever message user is going to send, so we are able to receive the message. Okay, so as per my flow, I told you that user can send hi, hello, or user can send these details. Yeah, user can send hi, hello, or user can send these details. Now, my system is supposed to do a interpretation. That okay, whether it's a hi, hello, or whether it's a user is asking for maybe some sort of a flight search. Yeah, I have to do this some sort of a interpretation over there. Then only I will be able to technically like understand the user query. Yeah. So to understand the user query, I can simply use AI. Yes, I can try to use a AI over there. So I can try to use a Yuri API. That's completely fine. As we all know that with the help of Yuri API, so I can try to send a HTTPS request. Plus, I will be able to send a payload. Payload means I can send this messages, and then while sending these messages, I can give a instruction that okay, so try to understand this messages and then tell me like this message falls under which category, right? So in this way, I will be able to use Yuri API. I have already shown you that part as well, right? And you guys are using already Yuri API since a very, very long time. So yeah, all of you will be able to use it. Or else so that is one of the approach. That is one of the approach of using a LLM. Another approach is if I would like to invoke a agent directly, I can invoke a agent. But in case of agent, n8n is not giving you any custom integration. They have already predefined the integration. So OpenAI or maybe some of the standard API you will be able to use. But yeah, so if you are using Yuri, you can use it. It's again going to provide you LLMs, and we all know that how we can try to use a Yuri. We have already seen that situation as well in case of n8n. At the end of the day, I need a LLMs, right? So direct LLM, plain LLM, or maybe LLM with the agentic one. And I believe we all understand the differences, right? So agents are nothing but a combination of a tool memory and LLM, so that it will be able to decide like which tool we have to use, what we have to store inside the memory, and which LLM I am supposed to use. This is what agent is, a package, right? Package in itself. LLM is one of like a component, but yeah. So again, I can build all of these things separately, like memory separate, tool separate, and agent separate. And this is where this orchestration framework comes into picture, like a LangChain, LangGraph, Llama, and all those things, right? So that I can orchestrate the entire like a agent component all together via programming. In case of n8n, it's directly available as a node. So okay, whatever detail I will get, I'll try to send it to agent. So here AI and then AI agent. Fine, AI agent I'm going to use. Okay, fine. So once I will be having a AI agent over here, what we are going to configure or what we are going to do in this particular place. So first of all, I can try to maybe like try to give a user prompt. So you have to select like a define below, right? So define below, and here I'm going to define my own user prompt, that okay, you are this agent, that agent, do this, do that, this kind of a things I'm going to define, and then take this particular chat and then maybe try to interact with this one. So here, this is something I have written. Yeah, this is something I have written. What I have written? So extract a flight search parameter from this messages. So whatever messages which I am receiving from a Telegram, right? So just try to extract a flight search parameter. Return exactly one JSON following the system message rule and schema above. So I'm going to define even a system message. This is the user message. This is the user message. Now let me connect both of this. Yeah, so that I will be able to see the message over here. So let's connect. Yeah. Now, so I'm able to get the text. Hi, my name is Anshu. Fine. So here I'm going to replace. You just have to do a drag and drop of this one instead of the messages. So let me send you this user message by the way over here. So I've just printed the user message, guys. Yeah, user message over here. Now, once user message is configured, right? Once user message is configured, so maybe I can try to give a system prompt as well. So add option and then system prompt. So once I'm going to like, I have to write basically a system prompt in a very, very detailed manner. So what is my system prompt by the way? So my system prompt is basically this. So here I have written a very like a lengthy one by the way, because when I was like creating this application, so I was facing a lot of problem with respect to our data. So keeping that in a mind, I have experimented with a lot of prompts, and then this is the prompt that I have written. So you are a helpful flight search parameter extractor for a Telegram bot. Your only job is to read a short user messages, return a JSON object that either contain a ready to use a payload for Amadeus flight search APIs or ask the user for the missing Amadeus detail rule. So based on the Amadeus API study that I have done, so I have just given the instruction. I have given the system messages, and this is what you have to do. That's the reason I keep on saying that again. You are supposed to be a little bit technical even to work with n8n. Okay, so this is basically a system message which I'm going to give it to my user. So let me paste this. So I have sent you these messages in three tranches. Just copy all of this message. All of these messages are technically one, except the first one. So first one is basically a user message, and then next one is basically a system messages. So okay, user message and system message you have to configure. These two things are mandatory to do it, right? Then what you have to enable? So you have to enable require a specific output format, right? Because you are trying to send a payload to a Amadeus. Now Amadeus needs some sort of a formatting of a data. It's not like you will send any kind of a data to a Amadeus, right? So keeping that in a mind, so you have to basically give a specific output. So whatever like this agent is going to return, so this agent should return the specific output format. So once I'm going to enable it, it is going to enable one more header for me, or one more head for me for a output parser. So here I can try to attach my output parser by the way inside a agent. So now inside a agent you will be able to see the output parser. So for this AI agent, my user message is configured, right? So now this agent knows that what it is supposed to perform actually, right? Now to enable this agent, I have to provide a LLM access. Fine, I have to provide the LLM access. So fine, chat model, let me click here, and then they are not giving you any external one. So I can try to provide basically OpenAI chat model. So here I can try to connect with my account by using a credentials that I have, and I'm going to share this credentials so that you can use OpenAI. Yeah, and then save it. So here is a OpenAI which will be available to all of you during this session. After session, it will be disabled. So here is the OpenAI key that you can use it. So here, as you can see, I can select any of these models. So these models are coming from my account. So whatever model you like, you can try to select it. Yeah, you can try to select it. So once this is done, right, close it. So now I'm able to integrate a chat model, by the way. I'm able to integrate a chat model. Memory tool, leave it as of now. I don't need it. Output parser wise, so let's try to attach a output parser and let's try to give a instruction that what kind of a structure output you have to basically return. Yeah. So here output parser wise, they are giving you multiple options. So I will be selecting the last option, output parser wise. Structured output parser means I am looking for some detail in a JSON format because I have to send that format to a Amadeus, right? Amadeus, so that Amadeus is going to return me all the details. Okay. So here inside this JSON, I'm going to give my own JSON format. So which I have to send it to my Amadeus. I have already prepared for all of you. Yeah. So I have already prepared. So here, this is how you can send flight search payload. So origin location code and then destination location code, departure date, number of adults, currency code, non-stop, maximum tries. So this is something that you have to send it to the Amadeus for a flight search. This is the minimum number of parameter that you have to send, and that detail you will be able to get in the Amadeus APIs detail itself. So let me show you that part as well. Because anyone who is providing you API, so they always provide you a documentation. So these things are coming from their documentation itself. So here I can try to click on like docs. Yeah, flight offer search or flight offer price. Let's see this one. So if you'll go into their flight search API, so you will be able to find out that this is the format of the input they are taking, by the way. And they have given you all the detail basically, go to API reference and example. Yeah. So here they have given you all the details that what basically it takes as an input and what it will give you as a output. And for API, every API provider does the same thing, right? So they are not very different. You can even ask a GPT that, okay, fine. So what is the API like a payload format that I have to send to the Amadeus? So even ChatGPT will be able to give you the response. ChatGPT or Perplexity, anything will be able to give you a response. But yeah, so every API will be having its own format, and in that format itself you have to send a payload, by the way, just like you are doing with the URI. So you are sending data into a specific format, for example a user message or model ID and temperature. So these are nothing but a part of a payload or data D that you are trying to send. So similarly, Amadeus follows the exact same thing, and I have just simply said that okay. So whenever you are trying to give me an output, always try to give me output in this particular format, because this format I can directly send to a Amadeus, right? This format I can directly send to the Amadeus. Okay, fine. So this is going to be the structured output format. Fine, structure output format. Okay, so once this structure output format is done, right? Once this part is done, now next what? Yeah, next what? So here, so my agent will take a input from this one, and then it will try to understand the chat. So let's suppose here I have an agent and this is the chat which is coming to me. Now if I'm going to execute, right? So hi, my name is Dhanshu. So as you can see, so this chat is not about a query, right? This chat is not about a query technically. This chat is a plain, simple conversation. This is not a query to search a flight. So obviously, I will not be able to send any kind of a detail, or I will not be able to send this payload to a Amadeus, by the way. So this query falls under this criteria, hi hello kind of a criteria. So in that situation, I should ask user that, okay, give me more information. Simple, give me more information. So this is the first condition that I have. And yeah, so on this condition, so I can't go ahead with the flight search. So what I will do, okay, so I will try to maybe attach a condition over here. Yep, I'll try to attach a condition. So maybe I can try to attach if condition just like a programming. Yeah. So if condition over here. So here I can try to say that if status is right, status is or status contain, I can just write a condition over here that status string contain basically ask user, ask underscore user, because this ask user is coming from my system prompt, right? So basically this is what I have defined inside my system prompt. So if my status contain this string, right, so in that case do something, do what? So in that case, if it is true, right, if it is true, because it's a if else kind of a condition, so either it is going to be true or it is going to be false. So if it is true, in that case, do one thing, call a telegram, right, call a telegram, send a message, send a text message over a telegram. Fine, send a text message over a telegram. Now what you have to send, so again telegram account you have to attach, message you have to send, right, operation send message, and then chat id. So chat id you are going to bring from the initial one, yeah, the original one. So here you have a chat and here you have a id. So for this chat id means the chat that you have received, yeah, the chat that you have received basically. So you have to send some sort of information. Yeah, you have to basically send some sort of information. Now what kind of information you have to send, by the way? So maybe you can say that, okay, uh, give me more details about your query. So to this chat ID, just to reply that, okay, give me more detail about this query. Yeah. So give me more detail about this query. And yeah, so this is the text that I can try to reply back to my user saying that, okay, fine. So give me more detail. If it is true, if this condition is true, and what is the condition? So if the message is hi hello kind of a message, in that case status code will be ask user. Otherwise, I have already given a system prompt, my status code is going to be okay. Simple. I'll show you that part as well. Fine. So now it is taking this one and then it is falling under true branch, as you can see here. And now it will send a message to a telegram. So let's go and check a telegram. So here, as you can see, it is sending me back a message. Give me more detail about your query. So yeah, I'm able to receive this message. Give me more detail about your query. So any kind of a messages, custom message or maybe parameterized message, if I would like to send to the user, I can send it, right? So I'm able to communicate back to my user basically. Now let's suppose if user is sending this kind of a message, right? So if user is sending this kind of a message from Delhi to Bombay on this particular date, let's suppose this is a kind of a message user is sending. Let me send you this one. So if user is sending from Delhi to Bombay this kind of a message, now what should happen? So because one condition I have already tried and tested. So now let me trigger once again, execute the step, and I have received from Delhi to Bombay. This is the message I have received. Back to canvas, process with the AI agent. Yeah. So now you can see that status is what? Okay, because this is something which I have defined inside my system prompt that, okay, give me this and behave like this one. So this is what, and again, so I have like used basically output parser. So even in case of output parser, I'm giving the similar kind of instruction. So flight search payload, origin, origin, location code, destination, location code, departure date, all of this data I'm able to get it. Now I can say that, okay, so if this is not a criteria, if it is false, false means if like it is not like following under this criteria, right? So in that case, go for a flight search. So now here I will try to send a request to my Amadeus. Fine. So here I will try to send a request to the Amadeus. So here I can try to call my HTTPS request, right? A simple plain HTTPS request. And now here I will end up configuring my Amadeus, as simple as that. So here method is going to be get, and then URL is going to be, so I have already tested this URL. So URL is going to be test API. So URL guys, I have already pinged you, right? So URL is available. Now authentication. So authentication, generic credential type you have to select. Simple. Now here, so if I'll go and if I'll check the auth, Anshu Kumar, my self-service workspace. Yeah, test is the app, or maybe I can try to create a new app, maybe like a SUDHANSSU, something like this. Yeah, create. So I can create a new app over here. Now here I will be able to get API key and API secret. These two things are required, by the way. Yeah, to like send a request to this particular like API. So here, this is the URL. URL I have already sent it to you. Authentication wise, try to select a generic credential type and then generic auth type. So basically, you are supposed to select auth 2. This Amadeus is supporting auth 2 API as of now. So you have to select a auth 2. Last time when we were hitting a URI, so we have selected a bearer auth, right? So it depends what kind of a auth you are using. So URI is using a bearer auth. You must be able to see a bearer in a beginning. In many places, again, if I'll talk about this one, so Amadeus, it is using auth 2, V2, you can say. So it is using auth 2. So I can select this auth 2 over here, right? And then I can try to enable send query parameter. I have to send a query. So just try to enable a send query parameter in this particular place. Now, what kind of a query parameter I'm going to send? So obviously, I'm going to send a destination location. I'm going to send a origin, and I'm going to send a departure date, and I'm going to send number of adult, for which I'm looking for maybe a like a flight, right? I'm looking for a flight. Okay, that's cool. That looks like a cool to me. So basically, these are the detail. So query parameter, let's try to send one by one, one by one. So origin location code. Maybe I can try to copy this name, origin location code, and value is what? Value is whatever value is coming inside my API. Fine, origin location code. Now add more parameter. So basically, a destination I have to add. So destination, again, spelling mistake should not be there, otherwise it will not work. And then data wise, this is the data it is going to take. So origin location is fine, then destination location is fine, then add parameter again. And this time, so number of adults is equal to, let's suppose like I'm like sending this data. Let me send this adult data. Yeah. So whatever number of adult people are looking for, so it will come here. Then add parameter. And then finally, I will try to add the date over here. So departure date. So here I have a departure date. So I'll try to add a departure date. So just add a departure date over here. So these four things I am going to send. So first origin location code, second destination, fourth adult, and fifth departure date. Now you can ask me a question that anyhow you are doing a mapping, right? One by one, one by one, one by one as a key value pair, you are doing a mapping. Then why did you said that you need you know always this kind of a payload all the time? I'll tell you one thing. So when I was trying to build this application, I was facing a one problem. I'm using AI in between, right? I'm using AI in between. So if I'm not giving a concrete instruction to my AI that always give me only this kind of a format, it will give me a data, but every time in a different format. And if my formats are different, every time I'll have to come and then change this JSON, right? This particular one, because this is the mapping, right? It will always try to pick from here. Keeping that in a mind, so I have made it like a structured output kind of a things, because I was facing that kind of a problem. So just to like eliminate that problem, so that AI should always give me a same kind of a structure all the time. I have done this kind of a mapping. Now execute a step, and if everything is fine, it is hitting my Amadeus, as you can see. And it is giving me a lot of data which human can't read maybe. Yeah, directly human can't read it. So it is giving me a lot of data, as you can see. So successfully I'm able to hit my Amadeus. Yeah, and I'm able to bring a data. Now it's time to parse a data. So whatever data which I have received from here, it's time to parse a data. Now to parse a data, what I will do, so to parse a data, maybe I'll try to, write some sort of a code over here. So what kind of a code? So just try to add a, because this data is available. If you will look into this data is available into a string format. I need this data into a JSON format. Yeah, compatible JSON format. So here I'll try to add maybe a node, code node. Yeah, I can use a JavaScript, I can use Python, but we should wait for the Python node to use in a production as it's in a beta stage. So I will be using a JavaScript. It's fine. Code is like it's not very different, I would say, right? So here all this code piece of code is fine. I just have to change the last line. JSON parser I have to use. So I'll write a code JSON in a JavaScript. It's already available. JSON.parse. Yeah, I can call JSON.parse. And what I have to parse, so I have to parse this data. So just try to drag and drop this data. Simple. So it will be able to, convert my data into a JSON string. Execute a step. Now you will be able to see that my data will be available into a proper JSON format. See, my data set is properly available into a JSON format. So this was my data input. I have just like made this last line change. Not much of like a code I have done. Yeah. So I have just called JSON.parser and I have passed my drag and drop like input data. This is my input data. And here in a proper JSON format, and it is not giving me just one single flight detail. As you can see, so I'm able to bring almost like a 16,000 plus record. If I'm going to copy this entire things and if I'm going to show you maybe like in my file, oh, so it's a 16,954 line of data that we are able to bring, and maybe like 80, 90 flight details we are able to bring. So we'll have to just check the items. How many items? Okay, so in total 90 flight detail it is able to bring 90 based on my like a API request. It is able to bring 90. I think 90. Yeah, I think I'll 90 because this is the ID which I'm able to see. But again, I'll have to check with the I just have to like count the number of items inside this JSON. But yeah, 90 is something that we are able to bring as a data almost. ID is also 93, so means 93. I don't know. We'll have to check. No, ID is 89, then 90. So I think it's a 90. Or it's a JSON file, right? It's a proper JSON format. So I can just try to count JSON.items. It will be able to give me that how many items are there. So it's not a big deal. Just like you can just go and count the number of details, or maybe pass this file to a chat GPT and say that what is the total number of records, what is the total number of items are there. It will be able to give you that item. So this is the proper JSON format, JSONify format data. I'm able to get it. So I'm able to parse this data just by writing this small piece of the code. Yeah, a small piece of the code. Okay, so once this part is done, so once I'm able to, JSONify this entire things, yeah, then what we have to do? Yeah, so then we have to maybe like send this data to Telegram. Means to a user I have to send this data, right? Now to send this data to a Telegram, so I have to you know extract the items because there are 90 flight details. So I can't like pick this data and dump to someone like, okay, fine, take it, like do whatever you want. I can't do that basically, right? So I have to send this data to a Telegram to a user basically, but in a little bit beautiful format, beautified format. I have to send this data to a user. So again, maybe I can try to attach a code over here, a coding block, so that I will be formatting now for the Telegram. So here I have prepared like a code format. Yeah, I have already prepared the code format over here. So where till 90, so I have given a const is equal to this one. So input meta and then like a count. So whatever is the total, yeah, total number of count is equal to 90. Yeah, meta it's already giving you, right? Total number of count is equal to 90. So I've just given that okay, fine. So run the loop for 90 times or whatever is the count, total count is, and then execute the steps, means give me the output one by one, one by one, one by one. So this is what this piece of code is trying to do, nothing much. So basically this piece of code is trying to take the data one by one, one by one, one by one, and then it is going to send that particular data set. Simple. So execute a step. Yeah, so now it is going to prepare the data. Yeah, it is going to prepare this data in a text format, basically, as you can see. And this text will go to the Telegram. You can try to prepare data in your own way. That's completely okay, right? So whatever kind of a message that custom messages or custom message type you would like to create, so you can try to do it. Even you can call a AI agent over there, which can work for you and give a instruction that, okay, give me this kind of a data, which I am going to send to my user. Now, once this part is done, I am ready to send a data back to the user. So here again, I will try to attach what? A Telegram. So here just try to attach Telegram, and I have to send a message, right? So send a text message tab I'm going to select, or node I'm going to select. And again, so message wise, chat ID wise, so I can try to pick a chat ID from the very first trigger. So this is my chat ID. What is a data which I'm going to send, by the way? So data from the last block. So this is the data. Let's suppose I'm going to send from the last block one by one, one by one, one by one. Yeah. So this is something which I'm going to like configure, so that I will be able to, send our data to the user. And I will click on execute a step. Now, once I'm going to click on execute a step, as you can see, back to back, I have started receiving a message, right? 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Just see the count. Yeah, see the count over here. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So some of the message I have already clicked. Yeah. So back to back, back to back, back to back, it has started giving me up messages. So whatever message was there, so yeah, I'm able to receive this particular message, and all of this flight detail in this format. And this format is coming from where? From my code, by the way, right? This is the format which I have prepared. So if I'm looking for some different format to send back to my user, I can just prepare it in my code, the previous node itself. So now I'm able to send all the messages. So based on the user query, so basically based on this kind of a user query. So basically it is able to interpret, it is able to like connect with the Amadeus, it is able to parse the data, and finally I'm able to receive my uh, like a flight detail. So route Delhi to this one, right? Date, time, departure, this. I can do even like a refinement over here, right? I can do a refinement. I can even maybe search a flight. I can even apply a trigger. I can even write a condition over here that give me a flight just with this range to this range. Just like you go to any website, right? And you try to filter it out with a time, with basically like a single stop, maybe double stop, maybe a round trip, and maybe with a price, right? Everything you can make it agentic, so that system will keep on watching, and whenever things will be available, it will send you or it will ping you back automatically. You don't have to do anything, right? So you have just sent a message and then left it, that I am looking for a flight from this to this with this price range. So I can configure in my own way. The complete system is under my control now, right? It depends upon me what parameter I am going to pass and what it should return, right? And system will keep on working for me, by the way. So this is how things is working as of now. Once things are working for me, and once I have tested end-to-end flow about this one, what I can do, I can try to activate it. Yeah, I can try to make it active. Now I have made it active. Now all of you can use my bot. Let me share user like a URL for this one. Public link. So this is a public link, or you can try to search with the Euron flight, and even you can send a message. So yeah, you can just use this public link. I have already pinged you the public link, by the way. And just by using this public link, or just by searching my bot name. So my bot name is Euron underscore flight underscore search. Or you can try to search with the bot name Euron E capital, F capital, and B capital. So Euron flight bot. You can try to go to like a Telegram and then you can try to search for it. And my API, my this entire things is active, and I can even watch over here that who is sending. Okay, so someone is sending a request. I can see it's running, right? And if you are going to get some sort of a error in some of the flow, I will be able to see that as well. And see, many people are sending this request. Yeah, many people. I'm see guys, I'm using like I can see what kind of a error people have received. So some has received succeed, right? So succeed. Some people have received an error, so I can come over here and I can try to check that whether where people have received the error. So some people have received error inside the structure output. I can test all the edge cases over there. Okay, so maximum majority of you are receiving an error with respect to the structured output. Yeah, so maybe like let me check. Model output doesn't fit the required format. Okay, so maybe you are sending some XYZ kind of a messages. Some of you have received the succeed. I can watch it here. So my things is like a completely working. My bot people are able to use it. I just have to handle maybe a couple of like a use cases or edge cases over here so that it will work for everyone, right? It's queued now. Yeah. So there will be multiple use cases now, or edge cases you can say, right? There will be like not just one. There will be model output doesn't fit the required format. Some of you have received the error, and basically, yeah. So I just have to look into some of the error and what is the error that you guys are receiving, and based on that, so basically I have to tune the use cases. I can see your input, everything I can see over here. Okay, text was just a start, fine, and then type bot command. Okay, just a start by the way. So this is not a error. And those who have received the succeed one, I can see their output as well. So what they have received as a succeed message. Okay, departure date is empty. So fine guys, you have to give a departure date properly. Okay, origin location code is empty. Departure date is empty. So here, just try to give a origin location code, by the way, as of now, like BOM, BLR kind of a code. In a later stage, I can add one more agent over here. So let's suppose if user is writing Bangalore or maybe Bangalore, right? Delhi, or maybe like some other location, Hyderabad, or maybe like London, something like that, right? Even if you are going to make a spelling mistake, I can try to attach one more agent over here, or I can give a instruction to this agent itself, or I can try to attach one more search based LLMs, right? Search based LLMs, real time search based LLMs over here. So which will be able to interpret your sentences, and it will be able to extract a location code, and that too in a real time, because there is a possibility that when I'm building this system, there are some location which doesn't even exist, right? So government has opened up some new airport in some new region. So search API will be better over here, right? So that based on your sentence, it will try to create a location and destination. So this is one more node I have to attach over here. So that is one of the requirement, right? Then in terms of like a searching, in terms of sending the details, so obviously if details are good, it's completely fine. Details are not good, so maybe I'll have to apply more filter over here. So I can keep on attaching more and more and more as I will keep on receiving the like a request or edge cases, and then my like a system will be perfect. We can connect with some HTML form and use. You can connect with anything you want. Simple. If I'm able to send a API request, if I'm able to send a HTTP request, simply means that I can connect with any system in this entire world. Hital is asking, sir, can you explain then the if condition, how ask a user if they not enter the data properly? So basically, see what I'm trying to do. So inside the agent, so actually this agent is doing the actual task here. So if I'll show you my agent, by the way, so you will be able to see that I have clearly mentioned that try to give me a return code is equals to, a return status is equals to ask user, right? Clearly mentioned ask user. See the highlighted one. And so it will, so I have already given this instruction to a system. So whenever there will, and then based on this ask user, I have written a condition that if ask user is coming inside the status, means send back a message to the user. So that is something which I have configured. Yeah. Okay, so let me send you the complete JSON file itself, guys, so that you all can like Euron flight search. Yeah. So just import this entire JSON and directly it should work in your system. You just have to like configure with your Telegram. Okay, so I've just pinged you guys inside your chat. You can like download now. Yeah, you all can download this file. You're on flightsearch.json file. I have already shown. Yeah. And I can see that many people are trying to like, ping to my bot and they are able to ping it in their own session. Yeah. They're able to ping it. Simple. So lot can be done. Like I said, lot can be done. Monitoring, logging on all those things can be done. First of all, you have to integrate one more agentic node over here. So where you can simply give an instruction. Maybe you can try to give some access of the tool. Maybe you can try to attach some memories as well so that it will be able to, memorize the last couple of chats, or maybe you can try to attach a vector databases, right? Maybe you can try to even do a catching over there. So if user is asking for, some user has came and some like a user is basically some other user, right, is asking for a same detail, Delhi to Bombay, right, on the same date. And let's suppose some other user has already asked that, right? So what I will do, I will try to fetch all the data based on the next user query. I will not hit the API. I'll try to return it back from the cache itself. So in that case, I will be able to save even my API cost, because API cost for Amadeus is going to be the huge cost for me, by the way, as a business, right? We do that actually. We do that as well. So that is something called as catching that we try to implement. So a lot can be implemented here. A catching system, like a input parser itself, so which will be able to extract code, like all this like a location code or airport code. It will be able to extract a proper data. Many things can be done over here. But yeah, whatever you are going to do it, you are going to do it on top of this one, and just share this bot with anyone, right? Everyone will be able to chat in their own sweet time and in their own like space. They will be able to chat. So fine, everyone. Please explain why we are modifying the input JSON to Amadeus even after prompting JSON output from the why we are input JSON, to Amadeus. Okay, so here we are sending this data. So here we are sending like a request to Amadeus, and we are not modifying input JSON, by the way. So we are just like doing a mapping over here, as you can see. So let me go in a editor mode. And here, so we are not modifying, right? We are just trying to map that, okay, fine. So take this, take this, take this. So do you see any modification here? I don't see it. Just a mapping, key value pair. Why mapping required even though we have maintained the Amadeus API format? No, actually, see, I have already given the answer for that one. See, Amadeus require this format, the format which I have mapped, right? In this format, I'm sending a data, at least for this flight search. Now, you can ask me a question that why we have implemented a structure output format at this label, because we are doing it, right? We have already implemented the structure output format. A reason is very simple. I'm using a AI agent, right? It's a AI, basically LLM I'm using. Technically, agent is what? It is accessing LLMs, right? Now, every time I'm sending some data, right? I'm sending some data, and then I have given some instruction over here. A system instruction I have given, and then like a user instruction I have given over here. Now, the problem with this one is if I'm going to switch off this specified output format, it's enabled. I have enabled it purposely. If I'm going to switch it off, it will give me the output, right? But sometime what will happen, so original location code will be in a fourth place, adult will be in a first place, currency code in some other places, or maybe some of this value will not be even available, right? I need a couple of values. I need at least this one, I need at least this one, I need at least this one, and I need at least this one. This four details I need, and I need it same place again and again and again, means first, second, third, fourth, because I'm doing a mapping, right? And if it is not receiving a data in the same place and in the same structure, let's suppose flight search payload, so it will not be able to reach out. And that was the issue which I was facing. Keeping that in mind, so what I have done, I have just enabled the structure output format, and here, so inside the structure output format, I have mentioned clearly that give me a information only in this format, not in other format. Yeah. So that was the whole idea behind doing this structure output format, by the way. Before mapping, if data is not proper, we can ask user to correct the input. Obviously you have to ask a user to correct the input. This is what I'm saying, right? This is what, like, I'm sending a message, follow-up message to the user, that okay, just try to, give me the correct input, by the way. How to import JSON, you said. Okay, I think you have not joined all the previous classes, it seems. Click on this three dot, import from file, and then import it. Whatever structure which I am able to see, you will be able to see the exact same structure. Yeah, it will ask for the credentials, so maybe you can skip that part and then you can set your credential in a later stage. Your wish, by the way. To eliminate output order hallucination. Yeah, exactly, that's the reason. So I'm like purposely saying that give me the output in this way, so that I don't want my, a kind of a bug in terms of parsing these things in a production system, because I was facing that. So when I was building this application, so I was facing that, like a issue. So keeping that in mind, I have resolved it in this way, basically. So I have fixed the output format itself. Maybe you can resolve it in another way, right? You can add one more AI transfer, like data transfer or something like that. So you can resolve it in your way. This is what I have opted for. Yeah, and this is the reason, by the way, so that my output format should not change all the time, which was changing. Sir, can we convert the natural language text parameter? Kindly find the cheapest flight for the Ahmedabad to Delhi for 10th November 2025 to two adults, two kids. So, yeah. So basically, you can do that, Hetal. So like I said, so basically you have to maybe add one more node here, right? You can try to add one more node. See, what is the input that we are, sending to this one. So basically, we are trying to send maybe like this kind of a input to this AI agent, and finally, it is trying to return with this kind of a data. Yeah, this kind of a data. Now, let's do one thing. So this is the input which I'm receiving, and as a text, maybe I'm receiving your like natural language kind of things. So let me copy your natural language text itself. Yeah. So I'm just going to copy this Hetal's message. So let's suppose this is the message I'm sending. Yeah. Kindly send the flight to Ahmedabad to Delhi. This. Yeah. Now, so by default, it is returning me, give more details about your query, because it is not able to understand this Ahmedabad, or it is not able to understand Delhi. Okay. Cool. It is not able to understand. So it is trying to treat this entire flow as this particular flow. Hi hello kind of a flow it is trying to treat, and then it is asking user. Technically, if somehow if I'm going to convert this into this flow, because that information is there, I just have to convert it, I will be good, right? What I will do, so I will try to add one new node here. So let me detach this two node. Yeah, keep agent aside, keep all these things as it is. I will try to add maybe, let's suppose, Yuri. Yeah, I'm going to add Yuri this time. So I can add like OpenAI chat model as well. I can try to add even some agents. That's okay. But let me add Yuri this time. HTTPS. Yeah. Because Yuri is providing you the LLMs, right? So let me go to Euron. Yeah. So I believe we got the problem right, everyone. That what is the problem we are solving now? So I'll go to just Yuri API code example, and then like a curl over here, and then copy. Yeah. So basically it's a post. We have to send post. URL is, or I can directly import the curl. Sorry, my bad. Directly import the curl. It will be able to fill all the detail automatically. Yeah, so it has it seems it has filled all the detail. I just have to change the key over here. So here I will go. I'll try to create the API key, some test something, create the API key, and then along with the bearer using JSON authorization. Okay, fine. Execute, deactivate workflow. Okay, my workflow is active. So let me deactivate it for now. Okay, so now I will be able to test it. Oh, it has attached here. I don't want it there. I want it here. Hmm. So basically, I'm sending this entire like a payload, and then it is trying to return me something like this: role assistance in the circuit born mid-flight takes uh, some messages. I just have to change my prompt over here. So here the prompt is write a poem about artificial intelligence, and based on the text, so it is trying to basically give me this information. So here what I will say that try understanding and user input. My user is trying to search for flight. So and user have mentioned maybe, right? Maybe uh, origin and destination location in their own way. Do one thing, parse the data and return me return me a simple string with origin code, destination code, and date in uh, year YYYY, month and DD format, date format. Yeah, date format just as a string, and even try to check user message and understand for how many person user is planning to book a flight, and return that in the same string. If such information is not available, then give me some helpful, amazing, beautiful message as a return. Fine. So technically, this is the prompt which I'm sending, right? So this is the prompt which I'm trying to send. So whatever a text that you are going to send over here, whatever messages that you are going to send to me, right? So based on that, it is going to do the interpretation. So let me send this text here inside my content. Somewhere else it has pasted. Okay. Yeah, fine. So here from Delhi to Bombay, whatever text you will send, so it will try to implement this one, and then it will send to my GPT, and GPT will give me some return, and then bingo. Okay, so let me remove this, reduce this temperature. Yeah, and maximum token, I think like 100 is more than enough. Yeah. So in 100 token, just return me this. Execute a step. Let's test it. Okay, so content wise, Delhi, Bombay, this and this. So it is trying to understand this one, right? It is trying to understand this one. And content wise, Delhi, Bombay, date and one. Yes, it is able to return. Fine. Now I will try to test it with some like a normal user prompt. So give, so Hetal has pinged me this prompt by the way. So this kindly fetch, okay, let me, how I can copy, cancel. Okay, so this is the message I'm sending. Kindly find the cheapest flight for Ahmedabad to Delhi for 10th November 2025, two adults and two kids. Yeah, so fine. Let me send this message. Now, once this message will come here, let me execute the step. So yeah, this message I have received. Kindly find the cheapest flight. Now I will be like sending this message inside my Uri LLM. So let's see whether it is able to parse it or not. So, okay, it is able to parse it, and Ahmedabad to Delhi, this is the content it is trying to return for two adults and two kids. Yeah, this is the content it is able to return. Okay, I can try to send this input to my AI agents. So let me attach this to this AI agent. This is the input which I am going to send. So this is the content which I'm getting. Let me replace this text with the content which I have received just now and let it parse, let it do the job. Yeah. So execute the step. So, okay, AMD, Delhi, right? It is able to convert. See, Ahmedabad and Delhi, right? So AMD, Delhi, this is able to find out. So means it is able to find out the location code. And adults is equal to two, kids it is not considering. If I'm going to give a prompt, but it is falling under status is equals to ask user, right? So I just have to change my system prompt there then. Yeah, so I just have to change my system prompt here. So you are helpful. This JSON object either contains a ready to use payload for a media slide offers. You are the use sort user message and return one JSON that either contain ready to use payload for the media slide offer such API or ask user for the okay. So that contain not ready to use. I will say uh, information for flight booking in string format, maybe, or some other, parse that data, and then uh, try to identify origin and destination. And if origin and destination is available as a code, use it directly. If not available, try to find it on your own. Okay, so this I can do. Now execute. It has, you are not a helpful this. Problem node in area model output doesn't fit the required format. Hmm. I just have to fix that particular part. Okay. So let me fix my prompt and then it will be like working. So we have asking for the structure output JSON format that maybe cause a problem. No, it should give me like, see at the end of the day, structure output format, obviously it should return, but yeah, it should understand this particular part, the text that we are trying to like send. I can do it even in a previous step in a URI itself. I can like a HTTPS URI request itself. I can do it. Means this itself will give me like a that one. Maybe I just have to change the model over here. So if I'm going to like give a real time search model, a Gemini Flex like a Flash model access. So I think in that way it will be more much better. And I can like try changing this prompt as well. The prompt which I'm using as of now inside this. So maybe I can try to like work on that prompt a little bit. Okay, so I am going to change my prompt, my system prompt a little bit. I'm going to modify it so that it will be more expressive. And then let's try to test it. So this will go as an input. Yeah, now it's working, it seems. And the status is not ask user. So it will not send back a message to the Telegram asking for the like a detail. So yeah, now it's like it looks it's like working. I can try to make it active, right? I can try to make it active over here. And now I can send maybe a message in this way. Let's see. So whether we are able to get some response or not. Okay, seems like it's working. Yeah, so now I have just sent a message in this way. Kindly find the cheapest flight for Ahmedabad to Delhi. This. And see, I am able to receive 31 messages, right? So it is working for me. So now in a natural language, I can ask. So it's all about LLMs and prompt, guys. I just have to tune my prompt, LLMs, and its respective output. All will work. I don't have to write code over here. This is where this power of LLM comes into picture. So obviously, like the selection of LLMs plays a very important role. How you are going to configure the LLM, what kind of a instruction prompt you are going to give, because as per the prompt, LLM is going to behave, LLM is going to respond. But yeah, the problem that we have in our hand, I think we are able to solve that problem. Right, everyone? Can we use ChatGPT? Yeah, you can use anything that you want. It's like up to you. So, yeah. Okay, so how to build a stock agent search. So just try to use any stock provider API. Yeah. And maybe on a rapid API itself, you will be able to find lots of stock provider integration. So directly you can use that, and then you will be able to get it. And Rava is asking how we can get a data frame. So see, n8n always try to give you a JSON as a response. Now when you are sending those data to someone else, over there you can try to convert it, right? On that location you can try to convert that as a data frame. Okay. Sir, how to convert it on using URI? As I never said HTTP webhook. I never said HTTP. No, it's not a webhook. Webhook is just a reverse of API. So API is something which someone calls. Webhook will be called. Webhook is also API. It's nothing different. But yeah, so it's been configured in such a way that when some event will happen, then it will be triggered. For example, when we are sending a message, right? When we are sending a message through a Telegram. So then webhook will be called and it is triggering my entire like a workflow. So this is the actual like application of a webhook, you can say. Output to the Telegram you are sending in a JavaScript format. Shall we need to do it in every time? It's not a JavaScript format. JavaScript is a programming language, right? Inside JavaScript, I have converted things into a text. Technically, it's a JSON, but one of the attribute inside a JSON is a text, which is considering or which is keeping the actual information. And that information I have mapped to the final user, right? Because n8n always returns a JSON. So in a text, in one of the key text, I have kept this information one by one from one big JSON, because in one big JSON, I have 90 records. So 90 record, I don't want to, dump to my user, right? Maybe I would like to send some sort of a emojis over there. Maybe I would like to send some sort of a image rendering or something in the text itself, so that my message should look more beautiful. So yeah, I can do it inside a JavaScript final text message format itself. Can we replace OpenAI chat model to a URI chat model? You can't replace it with the agent. If you have to replace it, so maybe replace the entire agent itself. That is possible. Yeah, that is possible. Okay, so hope all of you are feeling good. Yeah, we are able to build one more application end to end, like an integration. It's in a production, it's active, it's working. People are able to ping it. Unless and until I'm not going to deactivate it, it will up and running. And you don't need any access of this one. So just have to ping my bot, and my bot will keep on doing things, whatever you are looking for, right? So I can just try to create a URI bot. So where people can keep on pinging my URI bot, it will give a response, and then you can send the same response to a Telegram or any other messaging system, and that too in a no time. We can do it. So a lot of possibilities, right? A lot of possibilities you all will be able to find out in this one, not just one or two, and a lot of like a automation. So whatever I can imagine, I can automate it. Small or big doesn't matter, but yeah, I can automate it. Kindly share the updated JSON file. Okay, so this updated one download, and Euron flight updated. Okay, so here it goes. Flight updated. Okay, I have sent you. So yeah, I'll face couple of problem, and then I'll handle it. Simple. This is how like edge cases we used to handle in our like own way. It looks like there is no Yuri. Maybe I haven't saved. Okay, we'll check. Okay, so fine everyone. This is one of the workflow. It's a 10:51, right? I was wondering that if I can discuss one more. So I have already prepared that workflow as well. So this workflow is this, by the way. So this workflow is for like, and even this is running in my like a production. So this is like a my mail watcher kind of a workflow. So which will, keep on watching my mails. And I have designed this specifically for invoice. I can design it for any purposes or even for the multi purposes. So basically what this system does, so this system basically keep on watching my mails as per the schedule trigger. So let's suppose if I have scheduled like every 5 minutes, or maybe if I have scheduled for every day, so it will go to my mail, and it will try to check, so whether it will try to fetch first of all the mails for that particular day or for that interval, and then it will try to like check that whether there is some invoice or not. And then it will try to check that, it will try to parse the invoice basically, right? It will try to parse the invoice, and then if there is a invoice, if there is a receipt, it will try to understand it and then send me the like a email. Yeah, and it is going to mark my email as a read. So this is again another framework for invoice processing, not processing I would say, but yeah, for invoice watching. But I think it's time, so let's not discuss this one. Let's do one thing, maybe quickly. We can So there are so many flows I have already created for all of you. I'm also working on one of the projects, so where we are doing hundreds of automation, not just one or two, almost all every kind of automation for HR, sales, managers, founders, everyone. So I have already started working with my team, and we are creating a big automation system there. So soon we'll go come up with a course or something, a live one maybe. So here, hmm, excuse me. Today was very much presentation. Next weekend interactive session like today. I think yeah, all the sessions are going to be interactive apart from couple of sessions, so where it is like boring. Okay. So I would like to show you something, Autogen. So basically, Autogen is another framework, and like I said, so Autogen is basically like a framework. So where they are giving you UI option as well as they are giving you a code option, right? So they are giving you this. It's more like a crew AI as of now. In a future, so everyone is trying to evolve, and everyone is trying to evolve in this way itself. So everyone is trying to evolve, and they are trying to give you this option. But I believe n8n is having an edge. They are like a best in a market. I don't know, like after 1 or 2 year what will happen, but I think n8n will be able to will be suffice for every kind of a work that we are going to do. But there is a autogen, and if I have to configure autogen, so maybe I can try to use my CMD, and maybe I can try to use a VS Code. Anywhere CMD is available, we can try to use it. And simply you have to do one thing: pip install Autogen Studio. So this is the only thing. If pip is available, simple pip install Autogen Studio. So this is the command you have to fire from your CMD, right? CMD or PowerShell or from anywhere you can try to, or terminal, anywhere you can try to fire this command. I have just pinged the command. And once this is available, right? Once this is able to do the installation, then second command, Autogen Studio, the installation that you have done in a last previous step, UI port number 8081. Simple. If your 8081 is occupied, then give 8082. So it is going to start a autogen in a UI mode, by the way. Yeah, it is going to start a autogen in a UI mode, and you will be able to access autogen at this port 127.0.0.1 the port that you have already given. This is how simple it is. Within 1 minute of time, you will be able to launch autogen inside your system. So this is the Autogen Studio, guys, working in my local. Are you able to launch autogen? Yeah. So after installing, second command, start it, right? If your 8081 port number is occupied, give 8082, 8083, 8084, whatever you want, just give it, right? Just make sure that then local host and then 8081 or 127.0.0.1, right? And 8081 port number that you have given. And here you will be able to see AutoGen Studio by Microsoft, basically. And like I said, so whatever you will be able to build it here by drag and drop, right? Exactly same thing you will be able to build it even by code. Even you can build it here, download a code, modify it in some code bases. Possible, right? So are you able to launch it, guys? AutoGen. So this is again, and again, the philosophy of agent, a philosophy of tool, philosophy of memory, philosophy of LLM, everything is same without even a 0.0000001% of changes. So whatever we have studied so far, starting from our lang chain class, right, about an agent, about a tool, about a memory, nothing is going to change in theory, even with respect to AutoGen. Simple. Installation is going on, sir. Okay, it will not take more than 2-3 minutes. Take your time. So just let me know once you are able to see this UI interface, AutoGen UI interface. OpenLib parsing completion. This is module name, OpenLib lib parsing. Okay, so just like install this before installing your AutoGen. This should not give a issue. I think it should work directly. AutoGen is in demand as corps are able to crack a better deal with AutoGen. Microsoft is giving it a COP window package. I mean, like, yes, today is maybe with one company, they have cracked a deal. Again, so if you will go and check Pay, right? So yesterday, their CXOs group, someone has pinged over there that inside a Pay is again a big company, right? A very, very big company in India. One of the leading payment gateway, not leading, I would say, one of the dominating payment gateway, like a provider. They are using n8n. Yeah. So it's just like a adoption, right? So every platform, every good platform will be having a lot of like adopters. Just try installing the first part. Sorry, the first command which I have pinged you, pip install AutoGen Studio. That should actually work. If you are getting some OpenAI kind of a issue, then in that case, just upgrade your like OpenAI. Yeah. So Mukesh is saying he is able to launch. What about others? Yeah, working. Okay, able to launch AutoGen. That's great. Great. Yeah. So here, if you will come into this AutoGen, so their user interface looks very simple in a very first place, right? Now here, so you will be able to find out something called a setting tab. Let's start from there, right? So setting tab over here. And here, so you will be able to see a simple UI setting, nothing much. Default model wise, so here OpenAI chat completion model, this is something that they have given you. You can try to click and you can try to edit. You can try to give your own API key over here, right? You can change base URL just like any other thing that you do. So you can do it over here. Now environment variable wise, so the way we used to set a environment variable inside credential, you can say, right? Environment variable here. So there is nothing much inside the setting. Now let's talk about user. So again, there is no option or nothing inside a user except sign out option. This is just a dark and light mode option, right? Then we have something called as team builder. So basically inside a AutoGen, they are following a philosophy of teams. So like this automation that we have done, right? So this is something called as one team, you can say. Yeah, one team. So this is the philosophy they are like following over here. And again, so everything is given to you in a drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop kind of a format. Now what happens? So let's come to this gallery and then I'll come to the playground and then I'll come to team builder. So first come to gallery, guys. Yeah. So inside a gallery, if you will come, you will be able to find out some of the teams, technically four teams. Four teams means, so they have already created four agents. Teams are nothing but agents, or you can say in other word, you can say it's a workflow. The way we have created a workflow over here, so they have created one workflow. So one is round robin team, one is a selection team, something called as Bib agent team, something they have created agent for a deep search. So these are the default, you all will be able to find out. I have not created it. Basically, AutoGen people have given you by default so that you can test it. Yeah. Then they have given, basically this is a gallery. Gallery means like some pre-built things you will be able to find out. Then here you will be able to find out the agents. So there is something called as web surfing agent, verification agent, proxy agent, new agent, WhatsApp agent, assistant agent. So they have created some of the agents. So we are using agent even in our here, right? We are using a AI agent. So they have also given you a AI agent kind of a features. So they have given you some pre-built agent, but again, these many agents will not be sufficient. You will be creating your own agent, by the way. They have given you tools. Tools means function. So calculator tool, I think we have already used it in terms of code as well, right? So calculator tool means calculator function they have given you, image generation function they have given you, web page fetch tool they have given you, Bing search tool they have given you, Google search, Python code execution tool. So all of these functions they have given to you. Now model wise, so by default they have given you like a OpenAI, Mini, Mistral, Anthropic, Azure, OpenAI. So these are the model they have given you. Now these are something which is available, right? And to build any automation, for example, to build any such kind of automation, so obviously I need these things. I need agent, I need tool, I need a model. So here I can simply go and I can try to add a models. Yeah, I can just try to add a model over here, and then I will be able to call my own model. That option is also available. You can try to add a model just by using this UI, or sometime I love doing it with JSON, right? I love doing with JSON. So provider I have to change, then description, model name I have to change, API key I have to change, and then I will start using some different model. So inside a JSON I'll go, I'll just try to change it, and like my work will be done technically. Yeah, my work will be done technically over here. So model, if I would like to add a new model, I can add it. Tools, so let's suppose I would like to add some function, not an issue. Click on add tool, give a new tool name. Maybe I can give a test over here, right? A function name I can try to give over here. So function name may be like a scrapper, any name I can try to give. And then the way you write a code, a Python code, it's the same Python code you will be able to see here. Nothing different. Yeah. Tool means function, right? Technically, this is the meaning of tool that we all have studied. So you have to write a plain function. You don't have to convert it into a tool or annotate it as a tool. By default, when you are doing this, when you are trying to click on this add tool, whatever like a function that you are going to pass, it will decorate it. If I'm doing it programmatically, then we have to do a decoration, right? We have to use a decorator, a tool decorator, to convert any function as a tool so that system can understand, means this framework, AutoGen framework understand, or maybe even in case of a LangChain and LangGraph, that will be able to understand. But here, simple, and everything will be done by UI itself. Let's suppose I'm writing this function, I need some import. So I can click and I can try to write a import here itself. The way we write, right? Like a import this package, import that packages. So I can try to write. For example, I'm going to use maybe a pandas package, right? So I can try to write pandas over here, right? And then it will try to import pandas, or maybe direct import or from a module import. So module name and then import name I can try to give. So it will be able to import those packages. Yeah, it will be able to import those packages. So I can directly, means the tool that we understand so far is nothing but just a function. I think since the beginning itself, I keep on saying that tool is technically nothing but a function. Yes, that is a function technically. Yeah. So just because some agent is calling it, so we are calling it as a tool after giving a decoration to it. So that just write a Pythonic function here, and then everything is done. Hope all of you are able to understand this calculator function, right? It's nothing actually. It's the same thing, right? And again, you can try to check any other like a tool. For example, image generation tool, right? You can go, they have done the import, all the imports, and it's a simple Python function, right? Nothing much. Simple Python function. Yeah. That has been like a use, so which is going to do the image generation for me. Fetch wave tool, right? I can come and I can try to check, again simple Python function which is taking some input and which is trying to give you some sort of a return. So you can try to write any complex function and you can configure it as a tool. So what AutoGen is trying to do, so they are giving you a direct interface where you can simply go and write a code or copy paste the code and use it as a tool. Yeah, simple. So here, like I said, I can try to add any of my tool with any of my name, just copy paste like a code over here. You have to take care of input and the output. You just have to understand that part and rest will be taken care of. So now tool is fine, model is fine. Coming to the agent. Agent means a kind of a, a entity which will be able to access some LLMs, means models, which will be able to access some memories. I can attach some memories to it, and which will be able to access one or many tools. Right? This is what the agent is. So again, I can try to click and I can try to add an agent. I can try to use maybe the existing agent, right? So assistant agent, if I'll talk about. So here again, like I can try to add a tool. I can try to, because this is what agent does. When I say agent, agent means what? I can add as many tool as possible, as many memory as possible, as many models as possible. Now this is something that they have given to you. Yeah. So configure model option, give a prompt, system prompt, right? Give a user message, you can say, give a system prompt, and then add a tool. Tool means any function, just try to add it, right? The tool that you already have inside your, like a gallery, basically. And then it will be like able to execute it. You can do it from here, or you can do it even from this JSON one. Yeah. So basically you can add as many tools as possible just by editing this JSON, or just by editing this UI interface. Once all of this will be ready, then you can go ahead with the team creation. Then okay, so there is a team, right? You have written a description that what this team should do. You have written a prompt that what it should do, and then you will be calling some agent to it. As simple as that. So this is like a team that I'm going to create. Now, so here we have a team builder, and here we have a playground. Yeah. So maybe I can try to click on new session, and then I can, chat with my team that I want. So whatever team that I have, I can try to select it, and I can try to chat with that, and I will be able to, execute the task the way we were executing it with n8n chat interface. Only chat interface for now. Yeah. Only chat interface. If I already have a team, or maybe I can try to create a new team over here, and just by doing a drag and drop, I can configure agent, model, tool. So whatever was available inside the gallery, everything is available even over here, right? Everything is available even over here. So I can just call my agents, my models, and one by one, the way I was like doing it with respect to n8n. So in a similar manner, I will be able to do it even over here. Now, uh, this is like something which AutoGen is providing. Still, its UI interface is evolving. It's not rich. They are not giving you like a component like a n8n. So when you are going ahead with a UI based approach, you will face a lot of problems. So I will strongly recommend to all of you that go with the coding approach if you are adopting AutoGen, right? Its UI interface is not that rich, not that great. And that is something which I'm going to discuss in my next class. I think it's a time now, 11:10, right? So I'll talk about that in your like next class. So I'll try to show you with respect to UI. It's very quick actually. Within 2 minutes, I can run one of the agent, right? So whatever agent is available, and then we'll do a setup. We'll do a configuration in our local with respect to a coding, and with the help of coding, we'll create some agents, attach some tools, and then run the entire flow for a specific task, and then next chapter. Fine. Is there a limitation for AutoGen? A lot of limitations if you're going ahead with the UI interface. If you're going ahead with the coding approach, then there is no limitation, because code means you will be having all the controls. You can even download the code basically. So if you would like to like download the like configuration or something, so yeah, they are giving you option where you can try to download it. You can download even a code somewhere. I have seen this option. I don't remember here, or maybe into a crew. Maybe I'll just check. But yeah, uh, if you are going ahead with AutoGen, advice is not to go ahead with UI, go ahead with the code. Learning all is fine, but which is best for mastery? So see, even if you are going to get a mastery in one, it is not going to help you out. I believe I have already given this answer so many times in the past. It depends upon your client, it depends upon your company. If your company is already using n8n, you can't go and force and say that, okay, use crew, use AutoGen, use llama, or use lang, right? You can't force that. You have to use that, as simple as that. So that's the reason philosophy of all of these frameworks are same. You should know, you should practice, you should create couple of things in all of this framework, so that you can go and claim that, okay, I know all the frameworks, and maybe I'm using this framework as a major framework because my previous client and my company had a tie-up with this one. Simple. This is the answer, right? Nothing is good, nothing is bad. I can do everything in every places. It's just about a ease of uses and like a tie up. If I have to like create a general purpose automation, my preferred choice will be maybe like a n8n. Satyam, I think I have already given you answer. I was giving an answer for you. Focus in a class. I think that will be better for you. Yeah. Working now, I can see UI. Okay, great. So hope all of you are able to see the UI for AutoGen. But the AutoGen I will start in next class, not in this class. This class, I think it's time now. So with that, fine everyone. I believe we all are able to like next class. Please showcase two more cases of any which you shared display today. Might fully integrate with the VS, but MS might fully integrate with the VS Code in future. See, Microsoft is releasing a lot of things. Google is releasing a lot of things. At the end of the day, the only thing which matters is uh, which one you are going to use, or your teams are going to use, your company is going to use in like in real time to solve the client problem. You won't be using all. That's the first thing, right? It's not like you all will be using all the frameworks in one for one client. That is practically impossible. So just try to practice everything, right? Nothing is good, nothing is bad. All technology exists, right? All alternatives exist, and everyone is having a client base. Yeah. Only n8n course is coming. I'm planning for that, basically heavy automation. So not a lightweighted automation, because when I'm like going to bring such kind of a courses just for automation, so obviously it should come with the heavy automation, starting from the basic, but yeah, it should go towards a heavy automation. I'm planning. Can't say much about it for now. Let's see in the future. Yeah, because somewhere I feel like we can automate a lot of like a task, and even I have done that. I'm using it. My team is using it, right? So we'll try to bring something in future. What are the production level? I mean, big automation use cases. We'll talk about it in future. I think we should leave some discussions for the future. Yeah. Trigger is not recognized as an internal external command operable. I think you should install first. This is the installation issue. You are hitting a direct Ganesh basically. Okay, so if anyone is having any kind of a question, please go and raise your hand. If you don't have any kind of a question, so you can leave the session. Yeah. So Mohit, go ahead. PK, go ahead. And if anyone else is having question, raise your hand. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Mohit first, PK second, Ujjwal third. Yeah. So you have a question, PK? No. Okay.
Uh, I have a question. So I wanted to share my screen. What is happening is I was trying to add a weight, but this is not exactly this n8n project, but it's something different. Can I
So
share
you
my
are
screen?
okay. You are trying to add what?
I'm trying to add weight in my agent workflow.
Okay. Share your screen. Let's see what you are facing. Okay. Next one is Ujjwal.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, actually, I am a fresher and I have done my internship in Power Platform, like Power Automate, and I have done this kind of thing,
Hmm.
like client onboarding automation. I have done.
Hmm.
So, I just wanted to say that this course is very good, and I'm learning quite a bit from this. And
Okay.
also, I wanted to know like how I can apply like for more and more jobs, as I have applied to multiple jobs, but the response to like from them are not positive. Also, I have applied for referrals as well,
Hmm.
so they are like
Maybe,
not
yeah.
positive for my
Maybe
side.
there is a problem with the, like a resume, first of all, right? So that is one reason. Second reason could be, so whatever like information that you are mentioning, so maybe that is a like a novice kind of information, or you can say maybe that is a information just like for someone who has done some dummy project, because we all try to mention the projects and everything inside the resume, right? And the third problem is if you have mentioned a GitHub link or something, so maybe your GitHub or something is not having a project which can impress someone in a first look itself. That could be the reason. That could be three or four reason I can highlight for like not getting a call, because people are getting a call. There is an opportunity. A lot of opportunities are available. Market is opening up once again, right? So yes, there is an opportunity, but you should look into these three to four reason. That's my advice.
Uh, yes, sir. Actually, I have used your resume AI for uh, upgrading or revamping my
Resume,
resume.
yeah, resume AI will try to format your resume. I believe we understand that part, right? But let's suppose if you
Yes,
have not mentioned the content, let's suppose you have mentioned some Kaggle project, right? So resume AI will try to rephrase it in a polished way, but that Kaggle project will be a Kaggle project. Agree?
yes, sir.
Still inside your resume. So this is what I'm trying to say, that try to add something good, right? Then use a resume AI. Responsibility of resume AI is to make it better and beautiful. If you are uploading your resume, if you are going through, a scratch resume creation, because we have two options, right? Plus three option
Yes,
technically.
sir.
So you can even try to give your job description in the option number one, and then it will try to like consider that part, job description and company. So try to first of all finalize the content of the resume.
Okay.
Yeah, content, because that matters the most. Plus the GitHub, right? It should like create a good impression in front of people. Maybe you can send it to me once you have these things, right? So maybe you can send it to me for a review. I'll like a check. Maybe I'll just have a look for like a 30 second, and I'll give my feedback.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay, so I think PK is you are sharing a screen, right? Anyone else, guys? If you have any question, anything, like you can raise your hand. Otherwise, yeah.
सर ये
Okay. Hmm.
सर यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है ना
Hmm.
it is reaching the maximum token limit for a minute and I'm using this OpenAI chat model. I am using Turbo and
It is reaching a maximum token limit. Show me that.
I'll show you that. I guess this is the one. You see, rate limit reached for GPT-4 Turbo preview in organization or per minute, 330,000.
Okay, 30,000. So basically, like,
Use 21,500.
got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Go to your OpenAI account. So from where you are using this key.
Okay, sir. But the issue here, what is happening is, तो मैंने ओपन एआई में चेक किया सर.
Hmm.
ओपन एआई का प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रहा है. वो ये है कि हम लोग एक साथ बहुत सारी रिक्वेस्ट भेज दे रहे हैं. सो इफ समहाउ इफ वी कुड पुट a wait before we request anything, that would probably solve this issue.
Wait means priority you are trying to set, right?
I want to add few milliseconds of wait before the next request goes, ताकि वो 1 मिनट में reach ना हो. It will take 2 minutes or three
ठीक
minutes.
है, वो तो
Hmm.
समझ गए. Rate limit. Oh, hmm.
एक वो इशू था सर.
Hmm.
और दूसरा ये है कि आई ट्राई टू रिप्लेस दिस चैट मॉडल विथ यूरी चैट मॉडल बट
Hmm.
there is only open router available as a chat model where you can add URI like API. But
Ah.
if we have to create a URI chat model, we would have
Hmm.
to build our own chat model here. Is this
Yeah,
something
no,
which we can build on our
no,
own?
no, no. You don't have to build a chat model, by the way. Just send a HTTP request. See, any chat model will take like a request, and then it will give you a response, right? So technically, just try to call HTTP request and then send your like a messages, and it will try to return you, and you can try to showcase, or even you can try to stream it. I think I have already shown that part multiple times, not just one times.
तो सर HTTP रिक्वेस्ट में अभी क्या है, ये जो ब्राउजर एजेंट है, इट डिसाइड्स ऑन इट्स ओन
Hmm.
whether to put a request to the chat model or not. But when I put HTTP request, I would need to explicitly provide that, okay,
So you
use.
can't you can't use a chat model, by the way, over here directly inside a agent. So they are not giving you direct option. That's a problem. So
Okay.
maybe you
Hmm.
have to go in a other route. So see, when we try to use some programming languages, maybe or some programming framework, LangChain or LangGraph or something, what do we do?
Hmm.
So we try to create a separate agent. We try to create a separate tool. Yes, and then we try to
Hmm.
create a separate instance of the chat model, and then we try to attach it. Right, we try to configure it. Now here,
Hmm.
agent is what? Agent is something which is having an access of tools, memories, and chat model. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Hmm.
So I will be using a chat model as a URI HTTPS request. I will be creating all the tools and functionalities separately, right? And I will try to attach memory separately, and then I will try to combine it. This is one of the way where you will be able to create a agent replica, the one entity replica.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. This is like a one thing. Because this is the only way by which you can do it. n8n has not given you a provision, so where you can try to configure a custom one as a chat model. Maybe in a future they are going to give you that provision as well. Because I think they will bring for sure. Because nowadays many people are trying to deploy their own model in their own instances, right? And if I'm the one who is like deploying my own model in my own instances, obviously like I should go with that.
Okay. So the only option I got is अगर यूरी एपीआई यूज करना है तो एचटीटीपी यूज करके करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली आपको HTTP यूज करना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज फिर लाइक जो डिफॉल्ट दिया हुआ है वो आपको यूज करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि n8n ने ऑप्शन ही नहीं दिया हुआ है ना. क्या ही कर सकते हैं,
ओके.
नोड ही नहीं है उसके
तो
अंदर.
सर ये वाला था सर, यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे तो यहाँ पे वो रीच हो जा रहा है. हाँ, 1 मिनट वाला. सो
ठीक.
इज दैट अ
एक
गुड
काम कीजिए
ऑप्शन
ना,
कि
एक काम कीजिए, एक काम कीजिए, ठीक है ना, एक काम कीजिए. अगर वो रीच हो रहा है ना इस तरह से, तो जस्ट लिमिट द टोकन यूजेस जो है ना हर एक स्टेप के अंदर, ठीक है, लिमिटेड मे बी जस्ट से कि लाइक जस्ट यूज 500 और 500 और 1000 और मे बी 800 एज पर द केस बाय केस. ताकि उससे क्या होगा
ओके.
ना कि आपका वो टोकन लिमिट ही एक्सीड कर रहा है ना बेसिकली एक मिनट के अंदर. ठीक है, आपका लिमिट अगर
ओके.
30,000 है मिनट के अंदर, तो आपको कंट्रोल यही करना है ना कि मेरा 30 के अंदर रहे. ठीक है.
ओके.
आपने जो वहां पर टूल बनाया है ना, जो भी आप मैसेज वहां पर आप सेंड कर रहे हो, ठीक है, लिमिट दैट वन इटसेल्फ.
ओके. अच्छा, वो लिमिट देखना पड़ेगा, वो गूगल कर लूंगा कैसे करते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, सिंपल ऑप्शन है. देखिए हमने भी अभी एजेंट यहाँ पर बनाया हुआ था, राइट. एंड हमने भी वहां
हम्म.
लिखा था ना कि बेसिकली लाइक जो ये वाला है एजेंट, वो इससे ज्यादा टोकन ना यूज करे, फिर ये एजेंट जो है वो इससे ज्यादा टोकन यूज ना करे. तो दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन
ओके.
ट्राई टू सेंड इनसाइड द यूजर एंड सिस्टम मैसेज इटसेल्फ.
ओके.
आप सिस्टम मैसेज के अंदर ही डाल सकते हो ना कि फॉर एनी ऑफ दिस वन लाइक डोंट ट्राई
ओके.
टू यूज मोर देन
ठीक
दिस.
है.
सिंपल चैट ही आपको लिखना है, उसमें ज्यादा कुछ करना नहीं है.
सिस्टम मैसेज, ठीक है सर, पॉइंट नोटेड. मैं
यहाँ
सिस्टम
यहाँ
मैसेज
व्हेन वी
सिंपल.
चैट, यहाँ पर ये एक काम करो ना, लाइक चैट मॉडल के ऊपर आप क्लिक करो, ओपन आई चैट मॉडल जो आपने कॉन्फ़िगर किया हुआ है ना. हाँ,
हम्म.
यहाँ पर आप क्लिक कीजिए. ठीक है, ऐड ऑप्शन. हाँ, उसके बाद फिर फ्रीक्वेंसी
मैक्सिमम
पेनल्टी,
नंबर ऑफ
मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टोकन,
टोकन्स.
हाँ वहाँ डाल दीजिए आप. ठीक है, एक कॉल में से
ओके.
ज्यादा वो एक्सीड ही नहीं करेगा अभी भी. मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टोकन -1 किया हुआ है, राइट, मतलब इनफाइनाइट लेगा उसका मतलब है. आप यहाँ पर लिख दो
ओके.
सीधी सीधी 200. मतलब एक बार वो कॉल जब होगा ना, ठीक है, 200 माइनस माइनस हटा के, माइनस का मतलब होता है इनफाइनाइट. हाँ ठीक है,
ओके.
आपने 200 दे दिया. अभी आपके पास और भी ऑप्शन है नीचे, ऐड ऑप्शन कीजिए कंट्रोल करने के लिए. ठीक है, उसके बाद फिर फ्रीक्वेंसी पेनल्टी, मतलब कितना बार टाइम आउट का इशू, टाइम आउट भी आप यहाँ पर बढ़ा दीजिए. मैक्सिमम रिट्राइज जो है ना, मैक्सिमम रिट्राइज आप यहाँ पर मार दीजिए सीधे 100. ठीक है, टाइम आउट जो है टाइम आउट आप बढ़ा
ओके.
दो, मैक्सिमम रिट्राइज भी यहाँ पर बढ़ा दो. मैक्सिमम रिट्राइज आप 2 लिखा हुआ है ना, आप 10 कर दो यहाँ पर. नहीं मैक्सिमम,
ओके.
हाँ 10 कर दो आप यहाँ पर. ठीक है. हाँ, उसके बाद टाइम आउट जो है ना, आपका टाइम आउट का इशू आ रहा है वहां पर. ठीक है, तो टाइम आउट जो है यहाँ पर आपका 6 सेकेंड किस में दिया है ये.
60,000 है सर ये.
नहीं
सिक्सटी
नहीं,
थाउजेंड मिली सेकेंड ही हो गए. हाँ.
अब मिली सेकंड ही होगा वैसे, तो आप इसको भी बढ़ा
हम्म.
सकते हो. ठीक है, कि 60,000 मिली सेकंड मतलब इतना सेकंड के बाद वो टाइम आउट करे. ठीक है, तो
ओके.
मतलब 60,000 ज्यादा है, 90, हाँ, मतलब लाख 2 लाख कुछ भी कर सकते हो. देन एक और ऑप्शन
हम्म.
आप दे सकते हो, ऐड ऑप्शन. हाँ, उसके बाद फिर यहाँ पर क्या है, लाइक सैम्पलिंग टेम्परेचर, राइट. सो मे बी टेम्परेचर जो है आप थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल कर लो यहाँ पर, रैंडमनेस कंट्रोल करने के लिए, तो सेलेक्ट कर लो आप यहाँ पर सैम्पलिंग टेम्परेचर.
हम्म.
ठीक है,
हम्म.
यहाँ पर 7 दिया हुआ है, राइट, आप 3 कर दो, एक्यूरेट आंसर और आएगा. हाँ
ओके, पर
0.3.
फिर टोकन भी खाएगा ना सर, अगर
नहीं
सैम्पलिंग
टोकन, नहीं नहीं
टेम्परेचर
नहीं नहीं
ऊपर
नहीं,
से.
टोकन तो आपका उतना ही लेगा ना जो आपने ऊपर दिया हुआ है. बेसिकली ये
अच्छा.
रैंडमनेस कंट्रोल करता है ना टेम्परेचर जो आपका है. ठीक है.
सर एक और सवाल इससे आया कि हम लोग बैच प्रोसेसिंग कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वो बहुत सस्ता पड़ता है.
नहीं 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 नहीं, एक्चुअली बैच और स्ट्रीम दोनों एक ही होता है, आपका मॉडल के हिसाब से कर वो सेम ही चीज रहा है. ठीक है.
हाँ बट
होता क्या
हाँ.
है, स्ट्रीमिंग और बैच बहुत अलग नहीं है. जनरली वो दिखने में लगता है हम लोग को कि अच्छा स्ट्रीमिंग मतलब डेटा जनरेट हो रहा है, आ रहा है. वो वही
हम्म.
सेम ही चीज रहा है. वहां पर क्या हो रहा है कि वो ईल्ड करते जा रहा है. जैसे कि आप अब एक सिंपल एग्जांपल लेते हैं, ठीक है, समझते हैं उससे. कि लेट्स सपोज आप क्या किए कि आपने एक लूप चलाया, और फिर उस लूप का
हम्म.
आउटपुट जो है ना, आप क्या कर रहे हो, एक लिस्ट में स्टोर कर रहे हो, और फाइनली आप लिस्ट रिटर्न कर रहे हो. ठीक है, दैट इज वन
हम्म.
अप्रोच ऑफ रिटर्निंग द डेटा. सेकंड अप्रोच क्या हो सकता है कि आप जैसे जैसे डेटा जनरेट कर रहे हो वैसे वैसे आप रिटर्न भी करते जा रहे हो, आप उसको होल्ड नहीं कर रहे हो कहीं पर.
ओके.
समझ रहे हो. तो बैच कहीं ना कहीं ज्यादा मेमोरी कंज्यूम करता है. आप जैसे कि आप स्ट्रीम करवा रहे हो, इसका मतलब क्या है कि मेमोरी आपका ऑक्यूपाई नहीं हो रहा है. बफर जो आपका मेमोरी है, बफर मेमोरी इज एक्चुअली लाइक अंडर कंट्रोल. ठीक है,
Mm-hmm.
स्ट्रीम बैच में क्या होगा कि लेट्स सपोज कि हमने यहाँ पर लिखा कि भाई मेरे को 1 लाख टोकन आउटपुट दो, तो वो 1 लाख कहीं ना कहीं स्टोर करेगा बैच में, राइट।
Mm-hmm.
और जब वो रेडी हो जाएगा तभी आपको रिटर्न करेगा ना सिस्टम।
What I understand from batch processing is whenever there is less load in this GPT GPUs,
हम्म।
that's when it will try to execute and it will give you a better pricing because हमारा तो सर्वर खाली है, तुम हमको ऐसे समय पे ऑफ टाइम पे यूज कर लो ताकि आपको कम पैसा लगे।
नहीं, बिल्कुल ये मतलब नहीं होता, ये कहाँ लिखा हुआ था?
ये जीपीटी में लिखा हुआ है सर, ये ओपन एआई
बैच
में है।
बैच
मतलब
प्रोसेसिंग का बैच प्रोसेसिंग का मतलब ये है, बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता है, कुछ और आपने इंटरप्रेट किया होगा, और बैच प्रोसेसिंग
I
का मतलब
think
तो ये नहीं हो
term
सकता है।
different है वो, that's not batch processing, the
हाँ,
term is
एग्जैक्टली
different, it's like
एग्जैक्टली,
batch something, हाँ।
बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम सिंस माय चाइल्डहुड एज अ बैच प्रोसेसिंग एंड स्ट्रीमिंग, राइट।
Okay.
कुछ कुछ अलग टर्म होगा आपका, मतलब कहीं दूसरा जगह मिक्स हो रहा होगा, बट
I'll get
बैच,
no कुछ बैच ही है बट हाँ I'll get you the correct term. What do we
हाँ,
call it?
बैच का मतलब ये होता है कि एक पर्टिकुलर विंडो के अंदर जो भी चीजें जनरेट हो रही है उसको आप होल्ड करो किसी चीज में, एंड देन एक बार में उसको थ्रो करो। जनरली हम लोग
Okay.
बैच बैच एंड कंपैरिजन विद स्ट्रीमिंग करते हैं, कि बैच वर्सेस स्ट्रीमिंग, कि हम लोग को बैच करना चाहिए या स्ट्रीमिंग करना चाहिए। दैट इज अ कंपैरिजन, मे बी
Okay.
कुछ अलग कंटेस्ट होगा आपका जिसमें आप लाइक बोल रहे
Okay.
हैं। ठीक है।
ठीक है।
तो ये वाला कंट्रोल से आई थिंक आपका इशू ऐसे भी फिक्स हो जाना है मेरे ख्याल से, जो आपका इशू था ना।
Okay.
तो
हम्म।
आई डोंट थिंक कि वो इशू आना चाहिए अब, कम से कम।
ठीक है। सर एक और चीज है, जैसे मान लो ये प्रोजेक्ट बना है, ठीक है।
हाँ
व्हेन
हाँ
वी गो प्रोडक्शनाइज इट, माय
हाँ।
क्वेश्चन इज हाउ डू वी इवैल्यूएट, मतलब कंपनीज में कैसे बताते हैं कि ये मॉडल सही काम कर रहा है कि नहीं, कैसे जस्टिफाई करा किया जाएगा?
नहीं, मॉडल का तो यहाँ पर बात ही नहीं है ना, कहीं से भी मॉडल के तो मतलब कहीं से भी हम लोग बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं। हम लोग बेसिकली बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर किस चीज़ का, कि भाई मेरा प्रोसेस जो है यहाँ पर पूरा का पूरा
हम्म।
वो
हम्म।
सही से काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है। तो अगर हम बात करें n8n की, तो आपको देखिएगा उसमें ना इवैल्यूएशन ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है। ठीक है, उसमें आप क्या कर सकते हो कि उसमें आप टेस्ट डेटा जो है वो टेस्ट डेटा सेटअप कर सकते हो, आप अपना क्वालिटी स्कोर सेटअप कर सकते हो, आप इवैल्यूएशन ट्रिगर वहां पर सेटअप कर सकते हो। जैसे कि आपने ये प्रोजेक्ट सेटअप किया ना, देखिए थर्ड टैब ऊपर में दिख रहा होगा
हम्म।
आपको, ठीक है,
हम्म।
वो इवैल्यूएशन वाला। ठीक है,
हाँ।
हाँ ये वाला टैब। ठीक है, तो इसको ये करना पड़ेगा, हाँ सेव कीजिए, एंड देन इवैल्यूएशन। ठीक है, तो यहां पर बेसिकली आप सारा का सारा चीज वायर कर सकते हो, तो इससे क्या होगा कि ये भी आपका बेसिकली इवैल्यूएशन प्रोसेस जो है ना, ये इट्स मोर लाइक कि लाइक द प्रोसेस दैट यू हैव बिल्ड, कि हर एक चीज को आप मॉनिटर कर रहे हो, हर एक नोड को आप मॉनिटर कर रहे हो, और हर एक मोड के लिए आपने क्या लिखा हुआ है, टेस्ट कंडीशन लिखा हुआ है, एंड टेस्ट डेटा सेट उसको
हम्म।
दिया हुआ है कि अगर इससे ऊपर गया इससे नीचे गया, मतलब कंडीशन बेसिकली आपका है। ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब है कि इसको स्कोर ये दे दो, या फिर इसको जो है वो बताओ, मेरे को ट्रिगर एक कर दो, मेरे पास इंफॉर्मेशन क्या चाहिए, ये नोड जो है सही से काम नहीं कर रहा है। सो दिस इज हाउ इवैल्यूएशन हैपेंस इन n8n टेक्निकली।
So in corporates, they go by this evaluation whether your system is
तो
working fine or not.
ये इवैल्यूएशन तो बेसिकली आप ही कॉन्फ़िगर करोगे ना।
हम्म।
दिस इज अ
ओके।
कस्टमाइज्ड वन, राइट। इसको n8n ने नहीं बनाया, इसने बस इंटरफेस बना के दे दिया है, ये कॉन्फ़िगर आप ही करोगे आपके वर्कफ्लो के हिसाब से ना, कि कौन सा मॉडल आप यूज कर रहे हो, कौन सा एजेंट यूज कर रहे हो, उसके अंदर कौन से टूल है, कितने कितने नोड हैं, क्योंकि सी दिस n8n प्रोसेस इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट एजेंट, राइट। इसमें और भी
हम्म।
तो बाकी एंटिटीज है ना। ठीक है, तो गलती तो कहीं भी हो सकती है, उसके चलते मेरा फाइनल आउटपुट जो है गलती हो सकता है। ठीक है, तो
ओके।
टू आई हैव टू इवैल्यूएट ऑल ऑफ दीज नोड, जस्ट लाइक कोड, जैसे कि हम लोग कोड लिखते हैं ना, प्रोडक्शन ग्रेड कोड लिखते हैं, तो उसमें बहुत सारे क्लासेस होते हैं, बहुत सारे पैकेज होते हैं, मॉडल्स होते हैं, फंक्शंस होते हैं। तो हम जब टेस्ट केस लिखते हैं, हम सबके लिए लिखते हैं ना टेस्ट केस।
ओके।
द
मेक
सेम
सेंस सर।
सेम एग्जैक्टली सेम मैनर, जो आप इवैल्यूएशन वाला टैब है वहां जाओगे, नाउ यू हैव दिस
हम्म।
प्रोसेस, सो व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल लाइक जहां पर भी आपको डाउट है या नहीं कि मेरे को यहाँ चेक होना चाहिए, ठीक है, जब भी
हम्म।
यहाँ पर लाइक मेरे चेक से अगर बाहर गया, बियॉन्ड गया रिजल्ट, तो इट शुड लाइक सेंड मी ट्रिगर, और मे बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ मैसेज शुड गिव इट टू मी। You can like configure everything in evaluation.
ओके। ठीक
ठीक
है
है।
सर, दिस एब्सोल्युटली मेक सेंस।
Yeah.
सर वन लास्ट थिंग, this is a project in which I am able to apply in LinkedIn on
Hmm.
its own,
Hmm.
and this will run automatically, and it will
It's
apply for
auto
all
apply,
the jobs.
auto apply job only.
Auto apply jobs, yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Okay.
but it is keeping a track of everything in Google Sheet,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it is accessing. My
Hmm.
question to you here is, I'm unable to configure the memory here. Of course, this is
Okay.
something which I would need to learn.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
is
सबसे पहले तो
there
आप
any?
डिफॉल्ट मेमोरी कर लो, क्लिक करो आप प्लस के ऊपर, डिफॉल्ट मेमोरी वो देता है विंडो वाला। ठीक है।
I wanted to use the session ID for that. Okay, so what you're saying is here there is a default
नहीं
memory.
नहीं नहीं, वहाँ नहीं, वहाँ नहीं, नीचे प्लस प्लस।
Yeah.
हाँ हाँ, मेमोरी वहाँ पर क्लिक कर लो आप, ठीक है, वहाँ भी। हाँ, यहाँ पर और सैंपल मेमोरी जो है ना, एक ये ऑप्शन है एक आपके पास, ये क्या करता है कि ये बेसिकली आपका इन मेमोरी डीबी है, मतलब सीक्वलाइट आप मान के चलो या पोस्ट के जो भी है बैकएंड में यूज कर रहा है डेटाबेसेस। तो वहां पर क्या करेगा कि आपके लास्ट कपल ऑफ मैसेज, लास्ट एन मैसेज, तो वहां पर ऑप्शन आपको मिलेगा 5 मैसेज का बाय डिफॉल्ट, वहां 50 कर दो, तो वो क्या करेगा कि 50 लास्ट का भी कॉन्वर्सेशन जो है, मतलब विंडो बेसिकली वो याद रखता है। ठीक है, कि अगर आपने उससे कुछ पूछा रिलेटेड, तो इट विल बी एबल टू, एजेंट विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड देन रिप्लाई। फॉर एग्जांपल कि अपना नाम पीके बताया उसको, फिर आप कोई किसी ने आके पूछा कि अच्छा लाइक हुज रिज्यूमे वाज दिस, so it will say कि like अच्छा it was a PK's resume, ठीक है, what was something which was mentioned. So this is a first stage of memory that you will be able to add. Second, production grade में हम बोलेंगे यहाँ पर Redis chat memory जो आपको दिख रहा है ना लास्ट में, लास्ट सेकंड लास्ट, रेडिस वाला,
Okay.
ठीक है। तो ये होता है बेसिकली सर्वर साइड। अब यहाँ पर क्या है कि यहाँ पर आप जितना चाहे कैचे वहां कर सकते हो, तो इसको आपको कॉन्फ़िगर करना पड़ेगा। मतलब रेडिस आप ले लो कहीं भी इंस्टेंस, एडोस में ले लो, अज्योर में ले लो, जीसीपी में ले लो, सिंपल सा ये नोड ही है यहाँ पर, तो वहां कॉन्फ़िगर कर दो। नाउ आपका डेटा जो है वहां स्टोर हो रहा है, और रेडिस को आप अलग से कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकते हो कितना मेमोरी उसको स्टोर करना है, ठीक है, किस टाइप का।
Okay.
तो बेसिकली उसको रॉ
Mm-hmm.
मेमोरी स्टोर करना है, उसको बेसिकली क्या है कि समरी सिर्फ स्टोर करना है, ठीक है। उसको हो सकता है कि सिर्फ एंटिटी स्टोर करना है, मतलब पर्सन का नाम, प्लेस का नाम, जिसको हम केवी बोलते हैं, केवी कैचे बोलते हैं। तो रेडिस इज टेक्निकली फॉर अ कैचे, एंड रेडिस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट फॉर अ कैचे दैट वी यूज इन अ प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम, राइट, ऑन अ सर्वर साइड। तो इससे क्या होगा कि नाउ ऑन अ सर्वर साइड अगर है कोई चीज, तो बेसिकली मल्टीपल यूजर विल बी एबल टू एक्सेस। आई कैन कॉन्फिगर इट कि मल्टीपल यूजर, आपका ये सिस्टम जो है आप खाली यूज नहीं कर रहे हो, लेट्स सपोज कि मल्टीपल यूजर्स आर हिटिंग इट, राइट। अब सर्वर मेरा रेडिस मेमोरी है यहाँ पर, अब उसके पास ऑलरेडी लाइक कुछ ना कुछ कैचे है, तो क्या करेगा वो, अब सब यूजर को सर्व कर सकता है टेक्निकली, नॉट जस्ट
Okay.
यू। इन केस ऑफ सैंपल मेमोरी सो मे बी हो सकता है कि वो सिर्फ आप ही के इसको सर्व करे, बट अगर सर्वर साइड हम रख दिए उस चीज को, क्योंकि ये क्लाइंट साइड हो गया, राइट, सैंपल मेमोरी जो आपका है, ठीक है,
Mm-hmm.
तो इट विल बी एबल टू सर्व ओनली यू। बट इन केस ऑफ सर्वर साइड, नाउ it can broadcast the same memory to all the user, all of my user that I have in my like ecosystem. तो इस तरह से हम लोग मेमोरी कॉन्फ़िगर करते हैं। पर्पस इतना ही है कि हम सिस्टम को फास्ट बनाएं, ठीक है। इंस्टेड ऑफ जनरेटिंग अ सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ अ रिस्पॉन्स अगेन एंड अगेन, आई कैन सेंड बैक अ रिप्लाई टू माय यूजर, सो दैट आई विल बी एबल टू सेव टाइम प्लस कॉस्ट बोथ।
Okay.
ठीक है, तो अभी के लिए तो आप सिंपल सैंपल मेमोरी पर क्लिक करो, आप ऐड कर लो वहां पर सैंपल मेमोरी, वहां पर आप बता दो कि मेरे को 10 स्टोर करना है, 10 करेगा वो पीछे का, हाँ, यहाँ कर दो आप 10।
Okay. And it automatically took the session ID.
हाँ, सेशन आईडी टुक, ठीक है, तो आप
Okay.
10 मार दो, 50
Okay.
मार दो यहाँ पर, तो बेसिकली इट्स इन मेमोरी सीक्वलाइट काइंड ऑफ अ डेटाबेस।
Okay.
बाय डिफॉल्ट लाइक n8n इज यूजिंग पोस्टग्रेस आई बिलीव, बट हाँ, मतलब होता है इन मेमोरी है जो भी है इसके अंदर मेमोरी, ये वाले सैंपल मेमोरी में।
Sir, n8n बहुत tempting है. I mean, when I worked on this project, I did not know n8n. Without knowing, I was able to do this with copy paste.
Yeah, actually, it's one of the best, I would say, right? Better than LangChain, LangGraph, Llama indexes. Because tell me one thing that you can do it by writing a code, and that you can't do it by. I
Here,
think in it,
exactly.
in n8n, right? If you're writing a code, then debugging it, trying to understand the codes, even to create a simple agent. Here, I can do it in minutes.
The only problem here is if I
Mhm.
would get access to the code, the issues
Mhm.
which I'm facing, I could solve it from the backend. I can add my own milliseconds of wait without getting,
But they
without
have given
hitting.
you enough configuration. They have given you even a provisioning for a code. See, the only thing that in it, so innate in philosophy is very simple. So consider every node as a function, give a input, see the output, right? And I think that
Mhm.
is the only thing which is required. Inside that, what is going on? I don't need that part, right? I just need a, and so if I'm able to see the input and if I'm able to see the output, now if output is not as per me, fine, not an option, not an issue. I have an option, right? I have a code option given inside the n8n. I can modify it. At the end of the
The
day,
issue here is as a developer, I'm not convinced that okay, I'm able to do the drag drop and it should work for me in future.
many of us are not convinced, but believe me, in 2017, 18, right? We were using Informatica and Talent for big data.
Mhm.
So in one project, in one very big project when I was working, so I have like we have written the entire system from the scratch for the very big client, right? Then after
Mhm.
finishing that project, so we we have been assigned in a project, so where we were not writing a line of a code. So someone has like because that client, that was a medical client, a big one, international one, and they were using like a Informatica. There was another client who was using Talent, Again, Informatica talent means you can like drag and drop and configure the entire big data pipeline. But yeah, as a developer, it was not acceptable to me at all, right?
Exactly.
And like I felt little bit, not little bit awkward. We had a lot of like again among the entire team members who have joined from my previous project, right? That okay, what we are doing, we are not even working as a developer, because somewhere we feel proud that okay, I'm writing a code, I'm debugging it, I'm not
Exactly.
sleeping till night 4 o'clock. But somewhere I think down the line I have realized that it's not about how good you are at writing code, because this is not the actual value that you will create, right?
It
Actual
is
value
about
is
how
solving the,
smart you do.
no, solving the actual problem. Right.
Okay.
If you're taking like a 1 month of time to write a code and to build a system, and same thing can be done in one day, right? So as a developer, obviously you are trying to satisfy your ego, because we all developer have that kind of,
Exactly.
yeah, we all developer has that, because I'm coming from the same background. Even I had the same similar kind of a ego as a developer ego, right? But again, if you're taking 1 month of time versus one day, unnecessarily you are burning a company's money, right?
So
Which is
this is and Crew AI is like a game changer. On that day, the Crew AI demo just by prompt, I was shocked that it take a month for companies to build such thing.
just wait for 6 months. Just look at the crew AI. Maybe n8n will come up with the same kind of a solution, because as of now,
It's a
n8n node,
competition. Yeah.
yeah, so n8n node system is actually very good and actually very mature and stable one. And many people have already used it and many clients have already adopted it. Crew AI is evolving. Obviously, it's a big organization once again, well funded one. But just wait for 6 months and then check Autogen Crew AI as well as n8n and a couple of more. Like
जिस तेजी से चल रहा है रोबोट बैठा देंगे कंपनी में बोलेंगे डेवलपमेंट का काम वो कर लेगा.
नहीं, इतना तक हो सकता है, इतना तक ऑटोमेशन जो है ना ये हो जाएगा, क्योंकि अभी जिस लेवल पर एआई चल रहा है ना, तो वहां पर लाइक पॉसिबल है. फुल्ली रोबोटिक तो पॉसिबल नहीं है मेरे को लगता है अगले 10 साल में भी, बिकॉज यू नीड सम लाइक समवन टू अंडरस्टैंड द प्रोसेस, क्योंकि प्रोसेस भी तो इवॉल्व हो रहा है ना. प्रोसेस इज नॉट लाइक सेम एज वी सी इन लाइक लास्ट 10 ईयर. तो बट हाँ, दिस प्लेटफॉर्म विल इवॉल्व जस्ट इन 6 मंथ ऑफ टाइम. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम
Just
फीलिंग.
uploading a JSON file available in GitHub, you are able to create such agents. This is not a something built from the scratch. It's a copy paste one, but still, as far as we make it work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That,
Sir, one
that's a,
last question. Is there
yeah.
any ML interview bootcamp available? I mean, any ML interview,
Um, I had a
something.
DSA, sorry, data science interview boot camp. I think I have taken that.
Huh, I have seen that. But that's not ML interview bootcamp, right? Is it different?
No, basically it's a data science. Means statistics is discussed, machine learning is discussed, deep learning is discussed, computer vision and NLP discussed.
Okay. तो
Yeah.
पढ़ लो पूरा.
हाँ, पूरा ही
Uh,
मतलब उसके अंदर पूरा है. एमएल बूट कैंप देखते हैं अगर ला पाएंगे तो, अदरवाइज उसके अंदर लाइक बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन सेट सब कुछ दिए हुए हैं उसके अंदर, अपलोडेड है जो डिस्कस हुआ क्लास के अंदर. तो आई थिंक अगर आपको तुरंत स्टार्ट करना है तो आप तुरंत स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं वहां से, बिना
सर
वेट.
एक लास्ट ऑफ द लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरे को
हाँ.
एक जॉब पोस्ट दिखा जिसमें इट सेज एजेंटिक एआई आर्किटेक्ट व्हाट
हम्म.
वुड बी दैट पर्सन डूइंग आई एम लिटिल कंफ्यूज्ड.
ओके ओके ओके, एजेंटिक एआई आर्किटेक्ट, ठीक है. तो
यस.
देखिए, करेगा कुछ नहीं वो बंदा देखा जाए तो. लेट मी शो यू समथिंग. ठीक है, तो लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन जस्ट
Ram
फॉर अ,
sir, please speak in English.
ओके ओके, यू गॉट द क्वेश्चन राइट.
Yes.
Okay, so basically his question was like someone has asked him, he has seen somewhere like a job post, and over there so people were asking about a agentic AI architect. So I'll try to explain it with one example. So yesterday I was like doing one research, right? Again with the help of ChatGPT, everyone uses that. So basically what I was trying to do, so basically I'm trying to automate the entire CEO's work, CEO's or you can say founders work, and not just on a professional level but on a personal level, right? So this is a task which someone has given to me, that okay, automate all the founders work, a CEO's work in general, right? In general, so that if I'm going to automate, so I can make it configurable with respect to others. So now what CEO does, so as an architect what I will do, So what CEO does in a morning? So basically in a morning, every CEOs or everyone try to wake up. Again, I'm not just talking about CEOs, any CXOs, any like a senior management. We always try to check a email. We try to like check a notification. So a lot of emails, lot of notifications. And again, in a morning itself. So, we feel pissed off that, okay, what is going on? There are so many emails from like a client, customer, some escalation, right? Even for me, yesterday, you might have seen night itself, there was some escalation which was going on in a lot of groups. Right, so we see a lot of messages, right? And obviously we feel like sometime very happy, sometimes we feel depressed, sometimes we feel overwhelmed, lot of mixed feeling, right? And again, that disturbs us a lot in terms of executing our actual task. Yeah, right. So here, like first of all, as an architect, what I will do, I'll try to understand the problem. That okay, so we have to check hundreds of emails. Then obviously, as a CEO, I have to check what my competitors are doing, what is there in the market as a like a news for me. Investors connect. Obviously, I will be having so many teams. At least my L-1 means just a team who is reporting me all the CXOs level and everyone, right? So I have to automate that particular part. My data set can be like a data source can be n number of data sources, and like maybe from Google search, maybe from hundreds of emails, maybe from a Jira, Kanban board, maybe from like some of the presentations. So I have to pull all the reports so that in a morning I'll wake up at 9 o'clock. So it will be scheduled that okay, fine. So like I will be able to get a summary of all the mails, newsletter, investor update, tech summary, all those things. So team will do their work, but yeah, as a CEO, I don't have to look personally into those things on a daily basis. Then calendars and meeting. So system should organize automatically all the calendars, meetings, whatever conflicts are there, it should resolve it. Wherever I can send my L-1 or L-2, I can send L-1, L-2 in that meeting, right? So system should decide automatically. I should not take the decision that okay, go and you take this meeting, I'm not going to join this meeting. So system should be able to smart enough to understand and define all those things. Plus CEOs, you must have seen that many young CEOs and founders are like they're not able to live peacefully for a very very long time because of depression, frustration, and many more things, which is real actually, which is real. When you will get into that kind of a situation, you will feel that that which is real. So again, I have to maintain the routine. So system should advise, and everything should happen through only one single interface. Maybe WhatsApp, maybe Telegram, or maybe a custom simple app that nothing he has to or she has to touch again and again. He don't have to open up a mobile or something. No, just one single unified one, and everything should be taken care of. So fitness and hobbies, so it should like showcase that okay, if you're not walking, if you're not, you should do a exercise for 15-20 minutes. It should give a reminder, proper reminder, everything. So for that we are using a different app. I'm not saying that these things are not there, but yeah, it's a scattered one. Then news and market briefing. So basically as per the interest of this CEO or founder, so it should go do all the investigation, new release technologies, everything, right? So here professionally, if I'm going to focus, so basically KPI overview from sales, finance, operations, HR. So this is a requirement, a long, as you can see, a requirement, a very lengthy requirement, right? A very lengthy requirement. Now I have to architect this entire system. Now to architect this entire system, so obviously first of all I have to finalize the framework, right, in an agentic way, because system should be able to take a decision. My founder or my CEO should get a minimalistic, right? A minimalistic ping. And in that minimalistic ping, I should solve all of his problem so that he can focus on core business meeting only, right? And wherever is required. Otherwise, he should sit ideal. He should not just for the sake of make showcasing that he is busy or she is busy. He should not, or she should not work, because CEOs or founders should be should be actually, right, which is not a reality for the initial founders. But yeah, they should be the most available person, or the time should be available so that they can think, right? They can think, because this is what they should do actually, right? Instead of doing the actual work, so they should think more so that they can give a direction to the team, they can build a better team, and the team will be able to take things on a scale. So now if I have to architect this entire thing, so I have to connect with infinite, not infinite I would say, but yeah, hundreds of tools, hundreds of newsletters outside, hundreds of investor. It should take a website, plus I have to connect with my HR system, sales system, CRM system, finance system basically, right? So that I should not get surprise from any of the team. Plus maybe marketing team, and then like a conversion of the lead generation, many more things, right? Many more things: sales number, cash flow, head counts, project progress, if there is some tech project which is going on, deliverables, right? All of these things, all the scrum update in one single place, so that I will just spend my 10 minutes of time, maybe in morning 10 o'clock, right? Maybe in afternoon, or maybe one update in a evening. Yeah. So I'll just spend my 10 minutes in morning, 10 minutes in evening, maybe 10 minutes in afternoon if required, right? So in 30 minutes I have a complete clarity about my entire company in detail, because 10 minutes of read is too much, right? In 10 minutes you will be able to read maybe like a 10,000, 20,000 words, by the way. So that much of information you can digest as a human being in 10 minutes. So and then the rest of the time, so my CEO can do like go and do their like a work. If some meeting is scheduled, so obviously they can join the meeting, important one. If it is not an important one, maybe hand over to the CXOs, or maybe to someone else. System should decide automatically. It should not even like ask most of the time. So I have to use a agentic process, and whoever is going to design it, they will be a agentic architect. Hope I am able to give an answer. What will be the job of agentic architect? So this is one of the tasks. This is one of the tasks, right? I'm talking about. Likewise, I can define another thousands of tasks.
So this is the design.
Yeah. So this is the design. Now architect, what they do? So architect generally try to basically like select a tech stack, right? And then connect all of those tech stack and create a flow. Technically, this is what architect is going to do, right? So like I said, so starting from a selection of the framework, then tool that they are using. So their tech team must be using some Jira, some board or something to, do a scrum or maybe summary of the meeting. Because everyone must be doing using some sort of a tools, right? And every team will be using a different one. So maybe my marketing team is using some marketing funnel. My sales team is using maybe some sort of a CRM. My HR team must be using some sort of a HRM system. My finance team must be using some sort of a tally or maybe some other finance management tool. Yeah. So the entire company is using a complete separate tool. My information, data, everything is scattered. And again, so even if I'm going to create a dashboard, so it will just be a number, right? But I'm looking for something in a summary, not just in terms of a numbers. And this is where this entire like a things can be architected by selecting a proper tool, proper framework. This is what architect will do.
So in here, are you saying that we would need to connect separate agents with all these legacy systems, and they all
Mm.
should be available as a RESTful API to directly accessed or fetched by an agent?
Yes, yeah. So that should be available with authentication. Means everyone should not be able to access it, by the way. Then almost all the tools
Okay.
are giving you. If not, they are giving you maybe like I think everyone gives you that API access. All the CRM, HRM, FICO tool that you are going to use from anyone. So yeah, nowadays everyone like comes with the API integration or API
So
access.
even with what technical stack you're going to use, even that will be decided by an architect. And
Exactly, exactly. This is what architect does. Their primary job is to design the system. Their primary job is to first of all understand the entire flow, right? Break it down, try to create a HLD, LLD out of this one, right? Or you can say a PRD, project requirement document. Now, project, let's suppose I am a CEO, I have given this thing, right? He will try to understand this problem more and more. He will try to identify the edge cases that I'm going to face, or he's going to face, or his team is going to face during building these things, or I'm going to face after like things will be in production, right? He is or she is going to set up the entire team. He and she is going to design the entire framework, that okay, this framework. He and she is going to create a list of all the tools and technique and technology which has been used by different system and teams. And if there is a hurdle in terms of connection, approvals, because if I'm talking about a big organization, then obviously there will be a series of the approvals, right? So all of these hurdles and things will be handled by architect single-handedly. So think about the organization with the 30,000, 40,000 people, right? In that case, this process itself is going to be very big. And this is where like your architect will come into picture. They will design and solve the problem. Yeah. Hope it
timeline,
makes
how
sense.
what would be the timeline for this one? So it's just for this example.
Timeline, see, if I'm talking about maybe like a company with 30, 40,000 and company is in a B2B, And let's suppose I'm assuming that they have like 100 client, a big one, right? So in that case, maybe a timeline could extend till a 3 month to 4 month for this project,
For
because
example, if it is
at,
NVIDIA, you're
yeah.
saying in 4 months we can build this.
Yeah, in 4 months we can build it, and again, even less than that, we can do it. But that depends upon the access of all the system, because your HR team is like a different. Again, you have like a multiple HR team. There will be HR leader or HR head or director. Again, same will go with the sales, sales for a B2C, B2B, and different mode of a sales. Again, marketing, if I'll say same thing, right? So depends how easily I will be able to accumulate all the data. The only thing is that I have to accumulate everything and bring it in on a single place. So and plus writing a PRD itself will take time. You have to sit with your CEO, you have to understand his pain, you have to like leave his life for maybe a week or for a month, so that you will be able to understand what he actually does. You will have to connect with his assistant or maybe a founder office, right? And then you have to understand the entire cycle, then only you will be able to design the better solution, because in this case your CEO is going to be your customer, right? So yeah, 3 month
Tricky
is more
देता
than
है.
enough. Anyone can do that in 3 months, like
Timeline, sorry, timeline also is being given by an architect, right?
a timeline, they will give a tentative timeline in general, but yes, timeline will be given by architect. So every project comes with a deadline, right? So that deadline will be must be created with the architect, and architect obviously try to consult with the team, because he's not, or she's not going to do all the job, right? There will be a team, there will be a lead inside, like a architect, so they are going to like take up the job. Inside the lead there will be again a tech team. So as a team we used to discuss and then give a timeline.
Well, thank you so much for this valuable input.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So fine, guys. With that, thank you
Sir,
so much. Yeah,
hello.
yeah,
Sir, I have a question.
yeah. Go ahead.
I am assuming this for this Chennai role, coding expertise not much required. I am assuming. Please correct me if I am wrong.
See, that depends. Like, you are going to give a interview for which company and what they have mentioned inside the JD. If they have mentioned that Lang chain, Lang graph, kind of a framework,
Oh,
right? Even though I know I can do it with the help of n8n, I know that maybe in LangChain I will take a whole day, but with n8n, kind of a system, I can do it in 1 hour, right?
yes.
But still, coding will be required, because LangChain, LangGraph, all those things you can't do it without coding, right? So it simply means that coding is required. So like I said, so it depends upon the company. So look into the JD. If inside a JD they have mentioned such kind of a framework which needs coding, then you have to have like a knowledge about the coding. Otherwise, no.
Yes. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so fine, guys. With that, thank you so much. Hope you have liked this session. So next Saturday, let's have a session on AutoGen. I will go ahead with the coding approach in case of AutoGen. I'll show you UI approach as well, but yeah, I'll go ahead with the coding approach. Both I'll try to show you, so that we can build something with respect to AutoGen and coding. And then I think we have next chapter where we have to fine tune the model. So we have like a different kind of a fine tuning approach, like a full fine tuning and DPOs and RLHF, and I believe there was prefect, yeah, Laura and Cora. So these kind of a fine tuning which has been given. So we'll talk about that on Sunday. So that's a deployment on AWS, second last chapter. Just look into that part. We have like a CI/CD and all those things which is given. Yeah. So we'll cover those things there. I think we have already like a section for each and everything mentioned already inside the syllabus. So we'll just try to follow our syllabus. Okay, sir. Any cloud course like GCP Azure with K8 is coming? Please suggest a few good sources, sir. On our platform, we have not planned such courses so far. So I won't be able to advise for now. That's my answer. Yeah. Okay, fine, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See you again. Bye bye.